hate unpacking.
Well, I had to just go back to my,
We didn't even kill it.
which is an hour away, to pick up more stuff. So I'm on my way back now.
That sounds like it sucks even more.
Yeah, but I did. Oh God, I did find where I'm gonna get a gym membership at though.
Nice.
No, you didn't.
How, do you know what the gym's called, or is like a
It
chain
was
one?
Vasa Fitness, VASA.
How much is like the membership per month?
Let me see. Okay, so they have different tiers. Their highest end one is 40 a month. Lowest is 10 a month.
And what's like the do you know what the bonus is for like the 40 a month?
40 is I have access to all their locations: basketball, cycle classes, cardio tech, fitness, cinema, free weights, locker room access, training turf area, group fitness classes, a hydro massage lounge, indoor pool, white therapy, performance lifting area, racquetball, spa, sauna,
Now you're just showing off, Joel.
Yeah,
Drink-
you don't
training
hit us
machines.
like that.
tanning, unlimited
Oh,
body
snap,
scans,
dude.
and unlimited.
He keeps on going.
I take back all the shit I talked about Indiana leading up to this point. That sounds like amazing. I might have to move there.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's really good. Like the one I'm currently at in Anytime Fitness, when I first like started in like high school, it was like $25 a month, and it has just like a really good gym, and that's about it. There's like really no other added stuff on. But like then I canceled, and the couple years I was at college, I just went like
No
out of
damage.
college for like I think it was like $50 a semester, so like 100 total for the whole year. But then like when I went back to try to get one at any time, they raised the price because it got so like popular. So like the base one is like $50 per month, 40 to $50 per month, and there's like no added stuff.
Jesus.
So I'm like, fuck. So it's like now I'm thinking about when I go to get an apartment, I'm trying to see if the apartment has like a decent one in it, or if we could look at an apartment that has like a gym kind of built in with gear. And if not, like if I could get like a membership for like $10 a month, or like a little
add
higher
gear.
for a place that can add benefit. But yeah, that's really good value.
You're really good value.
Thank you. You want to try me out sometime?
Yeah.
I have a demo period.
Snap.
Remember that Maddie's in here?
Shit, Maddie, my bad.
Scotty, the United States plays this weekend. Should I wear a USA jersey to the bar and see if I can pick anyone up off a USA jersey this time?
Yeah. Well, who are they versing?
Probably some third world country. I don't know.
What the
You
heck?
gotta
What?
say it like that.
Well,
For real?
they're playing right now at the tournament they're in. It's essentially like the United States, Canada. It's like the Americas, and it's all there's like one group of like all the richer kind of American countries, and then the dirt poor South America ones where they barely have any like national team members. So it's essentially just like people who wanna play for fun. So it's not really like competition.
There's something wrong with wanting to play for fun?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with wanting to play for fun, but a lot of these like they'll have only like one professional player. It's like kind of like a USA basketball team. If they went across a team and there was like only one pro basketball player and the rest were just like dudes at your pickup gym, it's gonna be like a level of competition that is
Or did that open already?
unmatchable.
Okay.
I see. Yo, I'm not getting any shulker boxes. I'm kind of sad about it. What the? Wait, what? What they
The
got?
fuck is
Why,
that?
why is this whole fucking place fire?
It's like an
Vampires
item in
or something.
Minecraft.
It's
That's what
horrible.
it is.
'Cause I'm a stage 4 vampire, and I'm like, I have like,
I'm
I
actually
think 50% more
terrified.
damage from fire.
You need to stock up on the potions that let you go back to being a shit vampire.
Like that first boss was all fire.
Yeah.
Ah, Dobby, you little hoe!
That thing is so far away. Oh my gosh.
I don't think we go in there.
Oscar,
Yeah.
have you played 2K or did you used to play 2K?
Yeah, back in the day.
Did you ever watch Chris Smooth on YouTube?
Not really, no.
Dancing.
Like I never got into it at that level.
Okay. he would do like sound effects after like every shot and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just like the funniest thing in the world. He's like, he would like say splash all the time. He'd be like, splash. And he'd do it like auto tune, so he'd be like, splash. And he had like his creative player, and every time like he would go down the court, he would try to find something to like rhyme with it. He's like, off a new contract at $250K a week. He's making that cash. Find him in the corner.
Splash. It's all.
And then, like there was one time he tried to go for like the triple double record. So
Okay.
like, he would a really fast player, and he would purposely miss all his layups so that he could get the rebound and then score it again. He was like in the corner. He's like, and he's on a breakaway, going for the slam. No, purposely missed, puts it back, picking up the board.
That's hilarious. Why am I not getting any shulker boxes? I'm sad about this.
Are you playing as healer, Steven?
Alright, I gotta pillar up this way, and if I
I like the insecure on healer.
Alright, I may die doing this.
Hey,
And
Loki, wanna make a tank and see what tanking is like in this game?
I haven't made a tank since the game came out, so I don't actually know.
I
Dude,
wanna
this
know
is
how
all
like,
fire.
I wanna know how they like hold aggro.
They have a couple aggro skills.
Dude, why is there so much fire?
Yeah, also, don't be a vampire when you're attacked.
Yeah, I know. One
Alright.
DPS. It's not that hard to focus ads.
Ow.
Instant health.
Dude, this guy takes no damage.
Boys, we got Elytra wings.
I don't know what that means, but I'm happy for you.
Yeah, congrats.
Dude, Minecraft seems so complicated. Back in my day, there were just a couple of blocks and diamonds.
Are you streaming, Oscar?
Yeah. Elytra wings are what allow you to fly in Minecraft.
I didn't know you could fly.
Yes, sir.
I want to play Minecraft, but I feel like I'm just gonna be confused. It seems like an entirely different game.
It,
Then you're gonna get killed by a creeper and be like, "Fuck this PvP," and rage quit from it.
It's such an ass.
you know, it is kind of different. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know, I'll be frank with you, cuz.
Yeah,
I didn't get one shulker box, and I am fuming about that. Wait, oh, there's the dragon head. Fudge, bro. How do I get this? I'm afraid to break it. What happens if I break it? Not first. What's up, Reed?
These guys are actually decent.
I dropped the head. Crap.
Dang, I'm early.
Oh
For
yeah.
the first 7 minutes, look at my next comment.
Oh my gosh. Nah. That's yeah, no, I can see how that. Oddly enough, I'm in a similar situation. Okay, where'd the dragon head go? Oh, it's way over here.
Dang.
Oh, look at the dragon head.
Where are teammates?
Alright, we gotta figure out how to get home. I have
Long way.
a long way to go to get home, too.
The fuck?
But if I do something like this, I can get some ender pearls, right? If I'm lucky.
Oh, you used the spout right here. Okay.
Why you always lying? Why the
What?
you lying? Oh man. Alright. Wait, I made this too tall. I'm so stupid. I always do that. I'm a dingleberry.
Yeah, we know.
Got right there.
Man, doing 20,000 damage per second. I love it.
That's nothing.
Yeah, what are you doing? Can you even see what
Light
you're doing?
Probably not actually. I would have to go to like a target dummy to see.
Alright, and at this point we do this. One Ender Pearl.
I know what that is.
2 Ender Pearls. Let's go, baby. Alright, and which direction do I head again? I think I head west is the direction I need to go. Northwest, which is this way. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Why does this guy look like Raiden from Mortal Kombat?
That would be because he is Raiden.
No, his name is Proud Kurgan Cantras.
You didn't even say that wrong either.
Don't even try to outsmart me, you Oscar.
I love how he corrects me. He's just no. It's not who he is. Alright, we're actually gonna save our Elytra wings since I can get mending on them. That's step number 1, and after that we'll get unbreaking.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I do what? Wait, I need to figure out, do you just plant these on this? Coarse fruit. Wait, what?
Nuts.
How do you plant coarse fruit? I can eat these? Oh,
God, it's all fire.
I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't eat them.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of hilarious.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
make
you should see if you can buy vampire potions off the market.
Oh my
Stone
god.
what? Coarse fruit. I don't understand.
I didn't mean to jump back. Oh, okay.
Alright guys, I don't know where I came from, actually. Does it really matter? Oh wait, I think it came from this direction. Am I heading the right direction? North. Yeah, northwest. Yeah, okay. We're heading in the general right direction. I just don't want to look at an Enderman. It's the last thing I need.
Hey, if he ever looks at you crazy, let me know about it.
Yeah.
So,
I'll let him know. Reed, he looked at me weird. No.
Dude, he's at 100k.
You're at 100k.
Shut your mouth.
How did that guy actually die to that?
Yes, Daddy. I will. Jeez, why you gotta be so aggressive? Rare.
I actually almost died to that.
Imagine dying in this game.
Hold on, give me a second. I got a very active imagination. Give me a moment. Hold on. Oh, I did. Okay.
Okay, what did you imagine?
I imagine just kind of like. Number one,
Got 7 levels left though.
it hurt a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it hurt my pride more than anything. You know.
Doesn't say anything, just leaves. I see how it is.
All right. Shall we head home? I think so. All right. This is where I throw the Ender Pearl in, and then we actually beat the game because I haven't beaten the game yet. Looky there, boys. We did it.
Oh yeah, I get to kill this world boss on the way out too.
let's go.
Each 20k experience.
I need to grab the... Wait, is there a dragon again? Oh, dude, thank God. I thought there was another dragon. I was like, no. At some point, I need to come in here and like take down all these pillars. But that's a ways away. I will grab the dragon egg at some point in the future. Just
You
not
streamer?
today. Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering why you were like narrating your entire thing. It makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
He just likes talking a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, who talks more, Oscar or Reed?
Reed. It's not even close. It's not even fucking close.
Oscar may talk a lot and talk to himself a lot, but it's not even close.
I honestly have been told I have the face for radio, so I'm thinking about doing it.
Oh.
Me and
The face for
Okay.
radio. He's trying to wrap his head around that. He's like, wait,
Dude,
what?
Dude, you disagree with that?
I am 2 levels away from 160, and I'm gonna spend all my money.
I see the player you mean. Blink 1440. Yes, take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. Oh, I forget. This is like that weird interface.
use my group invite.
I don't really care about that.
No, you're already in my group. Oh, I'm just blind as fuck. Cool.
Options, video settings, 10 chunks. Okay, what is the actual game plan now that we beat the game?
Why are we posting random shit in chat?
Wait,
Who uses
hold on,
chat?
hold on.
Among Us, anyone? Oh,
Let's see. Wait, hold on. What am I doing?
that's a Maddie.
I can just do this. A rocket. Firework rocket is just... That's it? Because I need to fly over... I just need to sort all my schnitzel out. I want to go find more elytra wings, if I'm being honest. That's so fun to do. We'll put this in tools. Efficiency 3.
Scotty, would Maddie make you play Among Us too?
I don't feel like she would. She would probably ask him like, "Hey, can you play?" And then he'd be like, "I don't want it." She'd be like, "All right, fine, that's okay."
People tonight wanted to play. I would 100% play.
I mean, I don't even have the game downloaded, but it can't be that big.
Yeah, if you do it on your phone too, it's free and you can play best map in the world. The first one. the amount of times I
Never
literally
played.
would be doing a task and Scotty would just be like, "I saw where you've been," or like he would try to like set me out of like, no. I was always like the first one out because Scotty would either just like mad sus me or just want to kick me automatically. He'd be like,
Between you and
"You
Ryan.
you didn't answer that question in 1 second, so you're gone." Like you're done. You should have acted more innocent if you were innocent. Like, yeah, Scotty, that's how it works.
But it wasn't me. No, it was you. Blaze
We
rods.
just have the Amandalorian join this wonderful Discord to play some Among Us.
Oh, I can't play Among Us because I don't have Wi-Fi.
What are you on then? 3G?
I'm on like my phone.
That's tough.
Yeah. Well, Connor moved into his new place, and it was like forever. Like it's taking RCN like forever to come here.
That sounds like loads of fun.
Yeah, it sucks. I have to like try and use my fucking hotspot on my phone, and sometimes it like doesn't work.
Ew.
What's your carrier?
My carrier, I'm Verizon. Yeah.
Wait, now we know all their commercials are lies. Let's go.
It literally it's so annoying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I'm
see.
US Cellular, but I have like one stock in AT&T.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Hey. Wait, what do I need here? I need gunpowder. There we go. And I need a bunch of paper.
I just walk into an AT&T store like I'm the owner. They're like, "Sir, who the fuck are you?" I own shares of this company. You will listen to me, all right?
You own one single.
I need an iPhone.
You own share of this company.
I'm sorry, your bosses paid me 3 cents in dividends this month. I don't want to hear it, all right? I can get you fired.
Coca-Cola will send out an actual shareholder email where you can go in and vote on what you think the company should do.
That's kind of cool.
That is interesting.
Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of reading.
Can we have like a company do that? But like anytime there's a quarter where like shareholders get fucked over, we get to do like a battle royale of all the just high ups in the company face each other to death, and only one survives.
Oh my gosh, it feels so good to fly, guys. Holy crap.
Can we do that with Amazon? Just have like Jeff Bezos
Please,
and
I
all the
wanna see it.
executives just fucking fight to the death.
That would be hilarious. I saw a
And
tweet.
live.
I've
It's
missed this. Where am I actually going?
I
Going
saw a
over
tweet
here.
once it was like, who wants to be a millionaire, but all the contestants are billionaires, so it's more like a threat.
Flying in this game is so calming.
What are you playing?
Minecraft.
It's the only
Oh,
thing he ever plays.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Damn.
You catch me when I'm raging playing League.
I think I've seen you play League more than like a handful of times.
Yeah, well, I guess you're not all. I don't know. I play League a lot. I'm level like 180 on the game.
Oh damn! All right, I'll shut up.
It's like the opposite of Hunger Games, where it's like in the Hunger Games they have you like fight for your distance. Who's that?
Amanda's in here.
Yeah,
Hey, Vince,
hi.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine.
He didn't know. Don't worry, guys.
I'm fine. I have work tonight,
Wait.
so I'm kind of dreading that. But besides that, I'm doing good. How about you?
Why are you dreading it? Maddie told me you're making bank.
I am making bank, but we have like 2 servers right now, so it's like a toss-up of if it's gonna be like unmanageable and insane. But I mean, so far it's been like not too bad. I mean, I don't get as stressed as I did at Alter for sure, but yeah, no, I mean, the money I make is like so much better than I made at Alter.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, you making
Yeah.
that cheddar?
Girl boss shit activated.
I am fully on my girl boss shit, yes.
Wait, which direction am I going? I think I go this direction. I'm so freaking confused.
We were actually just talking about you earlier.
Uh-oh, what were you saying?
We were saying how you're too famous to come in here and hang out with us anymore.
Yeah, that's it. My 700 views these days.
Still.
Tonight at 8 p.m. Are we actually like setting a time for this?
What's
Like-
happening?
My brother's visiting us tonight,
So he can play.
Max?
What's happening?
Everyone's messaging about Among Us.
Who is everyone?
Who is everyone? Everyone, Scotty. Okay, everyone.
It's literally just Reed sending Among
Yeah.
Us gifts. Not everyone.
It's
Get that bullshit out of here.
Well,
What-
Maddie's partaking in it.
everyone.
what would you know about everyone? Don't worry, Matt. I got you.
I'm the moderator of this Discord, so I know everyone in here.
Oh,
Scotty,
yeah.
what's my name?
All right, dog. Whatever.
What?
What's my name? You don't know me.
Steven Boyette, Pumpkin.
Shit.
He got him, boys.
Alright,
He
I'll try
got
again
him.
next time.
Are we doing this trial thing over here?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not even near you. I guess I can travel to you. We're probably not good enough to do it.
Oh, what? Then
It's
I'm
hard.
not doing it.
Okay, well, you might not be good enough, but me, aha, I'm different.
Mhm.
Okay.
Connor's probably gonna get a PC soon, so when he does, I'm gonna like
Nice.
kind
Yeah.
of steal it when he's at work.
Oh, 100%.
Ooh.
You can kind of steal it. It sounds like you're just gonna steal it.
Deal.
Yeah, I might steal it. What?
I sneezed.
Oh,
Sounds
what?
like you died.
Yeah, I thought you like something happened in the game and you were shrieking.
I felt my back shatter, but
Oh.
okay.
Ooh,
Is your
crack.
back better, or is it
Like,
still
yeah.
being a little bitch?
It is being a little bitch. I felt the crack as I sneezed.
Dude,
Jesus.
no, I forgot a freaking book. Ah, man, I'm stupid.
Are you teleporting here, Steven, or what?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just running anchors right now, 'cause I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to run another dungeon.
Just give me a
I'm talking
minute.
about the trial, not the dungeon.
Wow.
Don't
Yeah,
worry
give me,
about it.
like, 20 seconds.
I'm on the
Is Skylar
way.
playing World of Warcraft? Is that what's happening?
Yes,
Oh,
actually.
I've
Oh,
abandoned
no.
I've abandoned World of Warcraft.
Whatever, you liar.
I was playing yesterday. I got flying yesterday, Oscar, and so now I can fly in Shadowlands. It's wonderful.
That's kind of
Dang, dude.
So now I can level up all my alts to 60 because I can fly.
There's a little piece of me that talks to myself that's like, yeah, you know what? It would be so fun to play that game. And then I know I'm going to hop on, be really confused, and then I'm going to hop off. And
yeah.
You know-
Well, if you're playing with me, you won't be confused.
Then you'll just.
Oh,
be way
no,
better
but-
than us.
We can
No.
run Torghast together.
No, I'm just gonna be stressed out because you're gonna be like, Oscar, come on. I'm like, dude, let me look at stuff. This place is pretty. You're like, no, that's not.
World-
Yeah, no, we go this way.
It's World of Warcraft's must-have roguelike that I play the Spire. It's like their Slay the Spire, but in WoW.
Stop it, dude.
I freaking forgot books, guys. I gotta fly all the way back.
You paying me right now?
Wait. Do we have what drops leather in this game? Is it just cows?
Dude, I hope that's a rhetorical question. I've already told you I don't know that game.
He's not
Like,
talking to you.
I'm talking to
He's
myself.
talking to himself. There's
Yeah.
One viewer in stream, which is Reed.
Ouch! Whoa! That's so aggressive. So incredibly aggressive.
Is it wrong?
No,
Am I wrong?
no. I used to have more, but then I stopped streaming. But that's
Yeah, dude.
I used to have way more.
Even Oscar made like $200 when he used to stream WoW, and then he's like, I hate WoW, and then he never got viewers
Seriously?
again. Yeah.
There was like a
Yeah.
week span where it was like a full-time job of like WoW streams where we were all in Discord that just like supported at the same time while he was just getting insane growth. And there was literally a dude who, I don't know, was he new to WoW? But he kept like
No,
he's
he-
not new to WoW.
Nah, he was actually really good at WoW.
Why am I in fucking combat?
Wait, did you respond in chat to come
Yeah,
into Discord and start talking?
Yeah, but Oscar used to stream WoW like religiously during the beginning of the pandemic, and like since I was remote, I would like play with him all the time, and like it was crazy. And it was the most his stream has ever grown. And then he's like, I don't like WoW. Completely stops playing WoW.
Kind of viewers and you just gave up?
And his
Yeah,
stream completely
nah,
dies.
no, I got really bored. We've talked about this, okay? You
haven't heard this?
You died afterwards, and then you decided to play Valorant, and you got like one person who was like a CS:GO legend watching you all the time, and that's it. You didn't have millions of people watching you anymore.
It was never, but here's the thing: it was never about the numbers.
It didn't be a Champions Arena anymore, okay? With the bitch zone now.
Actually, yeah, I
the
feel like
issue.
you're playing for fun instead of numbers. Like, it shouldn't matter what you play.
No.
However,
You're right, Amanda. But the issue was he wasn't playing for
I
fun.
wasn't
He
talking
said
about
he
you.
wa-
You just play FIFA the whole time.
No.
okay?
No, you know what? Alright.
Shots fired.
Look at him. He's like, shit.
Keep sorry,
Oscar,
keep talking, Eric, keep
there
talking.
was. Sorry.
Man, America's been gone for months. He comes back with the heat. That's what we like to see. Keep that energy.
Guys, I missed this.
She's so aggressive. Oh my gosh.
Wait, hold on. I need to interrupt you one more time so she can have a girl boss moment and just roast the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be back.
Yeah, would you sit there and shut the f up? You hear me?
Period.
Period.
Was it you that sent me that TikTok where it was like like a dude mansplaining and then it was a girl like replied to it and it was like, I hate when men do this, and then it was a guy who like stitched it and then cut her off. It was like, what she's trying to say, guys,
Oh,
is
She's upset.
He was like, I don't think she's making her point. So what she's trying to say, guys?
Let me help
I
her.
think I did send that to you. I think I did send that to you. I don't know.
I cried when I saw that.
Oh, it was the funniest fucking thing.
My Elytra's about to
Guys,
break inside.
remember when it was like October when you guys were playing Phasmophobia?
Yes.
Kinda
Scotty was
scary
making so
as
much
shit.
clips.
I
and
think of that so
TikToks.
fondly.
I need to
I think about that often.
By the way, just public service announcement. I am gonna start posting FIFA TikToks, so you might see.
Oh,
those.
I've noticed.
no one cares about that.
Oh, go ahead.
Like Reed.
Pop off, King.
153 likes so far says differently, Scotty.
Good for
Unfollowed
Reed,
side.
that's good.
You can suck my left nut. That's
I
how
hope to
bad.
one day become the Mandalorian. She's my idol.
Wait, I need to clarify for old pumpkin over here.
She's like, all right, now I'm going for black.
The reason as to why I stopped streaming.
We had one viral TikTok, okay?
Wait, oh, hold on.
It's a
Let me slow down here. And okay, perfect landing, boys. Okay. So,
Luna.
Amanda, do you still get like random comments on that TikTok? And like,
I hope so.
Oh,
Lord,
So wait, how viral are we talking here?
How viral?
What, 3 million views on it? Or
it was dumb.
No, hold on, let me
was
see.
it a million
the
likes?
fuck?
Or...
Yeah, it was dumb.
It's at 1 million likes. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, I need some iron.
Wait, Steven, can we not do this trial together?
You know, I graduated with a guy named Steven, and he, it's weird because every time you say his name, I think of him. And here's the thing, he was like super crazy, right? So in football, he ended up tackling this guy one time, right? And in the middle of this like giant dog pile, you just hear this kid screaming, and they kind of clear everybody out, and they pull Steven up off of this kid, and this kid is like rolling around on the ground screaming, and everyone's like, "What the hell? What happened?" And Steven's like, "Yeah. He tried to hurt my friend, so I grabbed his nut and I squeezed the shit out of it." I was like, what the hell, Steven? Why would you do that? He's like, yeah, you don't hurt my fucking friends. Oh my gosh.
I appreciate the loyalty.
Yeah, so...
Why was that TikTok 2 months ago? That feels like ages.
I
Crazy.
know. I think it was like a little bit more than 2 months ago. Wait, what's today?
13
can I make it back?
okay.
I need iron. It's
2 months. It feels like ages. Did you guys see that video of those two like white boys fighting in school? They're like in middle school or like early high school, and at the end, one of them goes, "I'm gonna kill you on gang," and everyone starts laughing.
No.
Oh, it was so funny. Like,
Elytra Wings, enchantments. I think it's only Unbreaking 3, right? Mending and Unbreaking 3.
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna start responding to everything you say.
Okay, bet. You should, because here's the thing. The reason I stream is because I get bored playing by myself, and so it gives me someone to talk to. I feel like people think that. I think a lot of people are like, they start streaming because they want to have like famous. I don't want to be famous or anything like that. I feel like that's kind of scary. Fame kind of sucks, right? But I get so bored playing video games by myself that I stream so I have someone to talk to if there's someone in here.
You used to want to be famous streaming. Now you're
I wanted to until I started thinking about what happens when you're famous, and like the idea of not being able to not being able to walk outside or like go out to eat or like hang out with like that would drive me insane.
Like, oh my god, is that the Jester?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, can I have an autograph? No, please let me eat my.
You cannot.
Can I eat my McChicken without you bothering me?
This is a Wendy's.
Yeah.
I think for me,
Why are you eating at McDonald's? What?
I think for me, because I watched a video of what's Michael Jackson's daughter's name?
Pearl? Paris. I thought.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson Michelle.
Yeah, so I saw a video of like literally they were like harassing her after his like death. They were like the paparazzi was like chasing her.
It's horrible, and the thing, like, what's so sad about it is like
Nazis are fucking crazy.
It's sad because from my understanding, as a normal like citizen, you're not thinking about the fact that this famous person has seen probably 100 regular people that day and has been pestered all day. All day, every day. And so they're like, this is my one chance to see this person, right?
Yeah.
That I respect and whatnot. And so I don't know. It's one of those things where like you understand that when you walk into like the entertainment business, if you actually make it, like fame is a byproduct of that. But I don't know how many people, I don't know if I know anyone that's like, I just want to be famous just to be famous. Or
Exactly.
at least at some point they get to a point where they're like, I don't want to be famous. I just like doing what I do. But I chose this profession or this career, and this is what's happening.
I get why they wear like these crazy sweatpants and hoodie and try to hide.
Absolutely.
Right. I wouldn't want to be recognized. Like, leave me alone.
Or say some like random. Just say some like random sideways stuff of like I don't know. Like, no, I can't talk right now. Or like paparazzi. I couldn't be. I don't understand how those guys are like freaking heartless.
Soulless.
Dude, they just
crazy.
And I understand it's like their profession and like that's how they make money, but it's like that's really what you wanted to do.
they're like, what do they say? They're like, it's a cutthroat business. Like, I don't care. Leave me alone. No.
It's like that sucks. Whatever.
Pop in a box. I don't know what pop I bought.
Yeah, what's up?
If that ever happened to you though, where you're like out in public and people like
Did
come up to
you?
you,
Yeah.
just tell them to
No.
back off. You're with family.
Going to my house.
Then
but I
Dom
don't know.
Toretto's gonna pop up out of nowhere and say, Wait, "Did you say family?" And
Yeah.
bodyguard.
Yeah. Wait, did you say family?
I feel like the owner would pop
Oh
up.
my gosh, that would be lit.
Those memes are the dumbest thing, but the funniest thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hilarious.
Did you say family? Oh, I thought so. Yeah. No, I'm here for that.
The TikTok sound for it is just the best.
Oh,
When it
yeah.
starts playing the music.
It
I
actually-
saw one in I forget who it is. The guy who like always puts himself in the Fast and Furious movies. He made one with like Harry Potter and with Dom, and he was like, "Harry, show me what you got," and he pulls out the invisibility cloak. He goes, "Oh wow, you have an invisibility cloak," and he looks over at Dom. He's like, "What do you have?" And he pauses and he goes, "I got family," and then it goes to a clip of Harry just sitting there, straight face, looking at him because his family's dead. And I was like, that's so messed up. I saw it. I would save it and send it to you guys, but I found it on. It was like on Looting 3. Ooh, that's so good. I found it on I think Facebook. Do I keep Looting 3? I 100% keep Looting 3 here.
I really want to go back and watch like the first like Fast and Furious, but I know the second I do, I'm gonna be so disappointed with the newest ones. That's
They
gonna, like,
went
throw
so
me off.
far from their roots. Like, what the fuck?
It went from like cars and stealing stuff to why are we flying in space? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I just
dude, it went crazy.
yeah, I'm not into it. I don't know. I haven't seen the newest one, but my wife was like, Heather was like, nah, they're like flying in space. I don't understand. It's like I don't get it either.
New one?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, the ending
They
of
have,
the
like, tanks and crazy shit.
the ending of the 9th one, they're like flying in space.
Seriously?
So
They're like, let's
Yeah,
go
no.
really, really fast. Let's go hyperspeed.
I'm just not into all that. I respect the
No.
grind though. I do. I do be respecting that grind though.
Then I forgot that I had a beard club thingy, Maddie. That I just got charged for more beard. Well, it was only $15. I like got rid of all of it.
Okay, this guy's looting 3. So
No.
looting 3, mending. I need to find Unbreaking though. Unbreaking 3 is the next goal. Okay, everybody. I hate that I talk to myself. Damn it! You guys have brought it to my attention.
Yeah, it's kind of
You
weird.
feel dumb now?
Yeah, I'm like very irritated at the fact that I talk to myself so much, which is a problem because I do it on my own in general when I'm not streaming, and like I'll catch myself and I'll stop myself and I'm like, bro, you're talking to yourself, and then I'll resume talking to myself. It's
I feel like that
so
happens to
annoying.
everyone, though.
Yeah, I do it.
Hey, you want to hear
You're
joke
right.
guys?
Of course.
What?
Why did Alabama ban reverse cowgirl during sex?
Oh god.
Why?
Because you don't turn your back on family.
Yo.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ew, what the fuck, man?
Ew, that's nasty, bro. You gross. That shit. Don't do that.
I hate that that was a good joke. Where did you saw it on Twitter?
I saw it on Twitter, it wasn't mine.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Ew,
right. You
come
put it together. It
on.
was on Twitter. It wasn't mine. Uh huh. Yeah. Shut up.
Bro, I'd be bragging if I made that shit up. I'd be like, yeah, I was the guy who made that. Under like the tweets of like the popular person who posted it and stole it from everyone's account. I'd be like, give me credit, please.
Give me credit, please. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Wow.
What the hell? I went down again because
Good
of that.
Good job, Oscar. Wonderful vocals there.
What is that?
That's the
Yeah, that was
Apple
beautiful,
Card
Oscar.
thing.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be
Just
here
hit
all
me
week.
again.
I'm gonna go back.
You will be here all
This
week.
is the
Yeah.
second time it's hit me.
Shh.
You're in here every day.
Damn, dude. Why you gotta blast me like that? He said, yeah, you are gonna be here all week.
I gotta get you content for your stream. What can I say?
You sorry sack of shit. Like, oh my gosh. Oh lord. Wait, where'd he go? Huh? You going here? Wait, where'd the villager go? Bruh. Wait, I hear him. Oh, he's over here. He's just like chilling and
I thought you said where did the village go? I'm like, how do you lose an entire village?
shh, let's not talk about it.
National disaster. Storm.
That is true. That is, I've seen it. It's happened.
In Minecraft?
Has there been any like crazy hurricanes lately, or is that season over? Like when do hurricanes typically happen?
Well, we're on the coast. I don't need to worry about that.
Until October.
Until October, okay.
Yeah.
We had like a tornado watch in Wisconsin yesterday.
Really?
It started
We had,
storming
like-
really bad.
We had like 2 tornadoes in like a week, like a month ago.
Interesting.
Where do you live?
Chicago area.
Oh, okay.
Bro, if you don't turn into a librarian, hit it. I hate myself.
I'm watching my sister's dog 'cause she's in Tennessee,
Mm-hmm,
and she doesn't really like Connor's apartment because it's all wood floor, and we
And-
still have like a bunch of stuff in boxes and bags, and she hates like boxes and bags.
Understandable.
So she's just like staying on the couch.
If I put this right here, do you turn into a... Or does it have to be right in front of him? I can't remember. Yikers. Why can't I figure this out? Why do I feel so stupid right now? Okay, let's do that. Do that. Okay, he can't walk forward if I do that. And then I can place this here, like so. There we go. Curse of Vanishing. That That's what I wanted. Give that back.
Dude, Dylan, stop snapping me. I don't fucking care that you're eating bread during training.
Yo, if I
Who's training right now?
Yes, I don't care that he's eating bread, and I don't care that he's fucking charging his laptop under a fake tree. Holy shit.
Damn, dog. You good?
No, I'm not
Oh,
good.
clearly.
No! No, villager! Thou shalt not leave! Oh, Lord. Thank God.
God, you screaming. You screaming.
Ooh, that was terrifying. I'm so sorry.
Oscar,
Yeah.
what do you think of the Bucks tying it up 2-2?
Good.
Think they can do it?
I still don't think they'll win, but I mean, they definitely can do it. They have the firepower to do it.
Do you think it'd go to a game 7, or do you think?
Oh, it definitely has the ability to go to a game 7. You have, I think if Giannis, if Giannis, excuse me, it's not Giannis. If Giannis and what's the other star that y'all have? Michael Mitchell. I don't know his name. The 3-point shooter. What the heck is his name? Anyways, if they're playing well, you have an opportunity to
Middleton?
yeah, Middleton. There we go. Yeah, you have an opportunity to win it all.
Giannis did a press conference, and they're like, Giannis, this is the second game you've dropped like more than 40 points, yada yada. Then they're like, but we've noticed something. Why are you getting like subbed out in the first quarter? It seems like something's happening. Like, are you still dealing with injury? What's the case there? He like looks at like the person next to him. He's like, no, I had to exactly say it the right way, but I had to take a tinkle. Tinkle.
I had to take a tinkle. I respect it.
That's like.
It's like I could.
That's
completely see
hilarious.
that.
That's hilarious. Who was it? I can't remember the basketball player's name, but he like pretended to get like he rolled his ankle or something like that. Like
Sorry,
seriously,
just take a dump.
to go take a dump. Yeah. And they brought out a wheelchair and pushed him into the locker room. And he was like, nah. He was like, I had to poop so bad that if I tried to walk, I would have shit myself. So, and then you see him in the second half come running back onto the court.
I did that in high school once. We were at our home field, and I had
Ooh,
to
I'm
go,
breaking
and I
two.
typically don't get subbed all game. So it's like typically a 90-plus minute game. It was like 20 minutes, and I'm like, coach, I need a sub. And like, it was one of those where I didn't run back to the bench. I ran on like the other side of the field, and they're like, how is he doing? I hopped on the fence and just go to the bathroom, and I was like, ah.
You're like, coach, this is not a game. I got to
Drill.
shit. All right.
Reed, how do you feel about Italy?
I am so happy. Two things can be true at once. I'm so happy for Italy, but I'm just disgusted on what the England fan base did to England after that happened. Like, have you seen the
I
racism
literally
on it?
don't follow sports.
We got to fix that, Steven. That is
They're,
bullshit.
Like, they're pretty insane. Like, I mean, did you hear about like the domestic abuse
Yeah,
numbers and like all that? It's like
it's such an unhealthy culture when it comes to the sport, where it's
Oh, it
it's so
absolutely is.
ingrained in their culture too. It's like I don't know if there's an easy fix, but like the saddest thing I've ever heard was the common saying a lot of players say who play in England is when you're winning you're English, when you lose you're black, is how they view it.
Okay.
And it's just the saddest thing.
Jesus.
That's tough.
As in, not the fans say that, as in the players feel that about themselves. Like they get racially abused whenever, and it
Yeah.
sadly,
Makes sense.
sadly,
That-
it's not
I
even
can
just
see
England.
it.
It's everywhere. Like one of my favorite players of all time is Brazilian, and he went to go play in Russia, and no one spoke Brazilian in Russia, so he was kind of like all alone out there. And he like played a position that was like more of attacking, but on the outside. So he'd always be like on the like away guest side by all the fans, and every time he touched the ball, they would make monkey noises. And so there is the greatest video I've ever seen ever, because I love this guy so much. He gets
Yeah.
the ball, they start doing monkey noises, and the dude hits a long distance shot in, and the crowd just goes fucking quiet, and then he just looks at him, and they're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's not that serious. It's like
But it's so much work. Like people try to make it sound like it's not a big problem, but they will literally throw bananas at people, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm so like into it. Like
What
it's a
a-
game.
But like the players have such thick skin because of it, though. Where again, one of my favorite players, who's Brazilian, he took a corner kick where the ball's like on the end line, and so someone threw a banana at him. What this dude did was he picked it up, ate it, threw the wrapper, and then scored from the corner kick. Like he took it in.
that's insane. I feel like it's just like that's the best way to be like, yeah, well, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
At that
I know
point, what
that,
else
like,
do you do?
Yeah, sports culture is like really, really.
Like it's that
rough.
toxic?
Sports
Yeah.
culture's toxic
Yeah.
because they're like there's no way to fix it because like you're rivals with a team, so it's like as long as you're representing your team or representing your country, anything you do is viewed as fine.
You also have a bunch of people that can't relate. They don't relate to anything else. They don't. They don't have like. They don't have hobbies. They don't have friends or like, or the friends that they do have. The only thing that they connect on is sports or that sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and then you add in the whole like racial injustice, just racial culture in general. And so, when something bad happens, they love their team so much that they don't know what to do, and so they're like, well, it's this person's fault. This person's fault on top of like, you know, the way that they were raised, right? So.
But like it was so like it sucked so bad because like the order they took the penalty kicks, the 3 people who missed were all black, and they're using that as like the justification.
Yeah. Sucks.
It's like, you know, it's when I was in Europe. I will say this about Europe. So I mean, I'm not going to say this like they're worse than America in a lot of regards, because like I mean we are not. we have a long way to go. However, like I will say I felt
I'm boosted. How am I boosted?
as a woman in general. However, like the catcalling and like the sexism over there they're like 20 years behind in that regard. Like
Yeah,
they still view women as objects. They still like it's like very like, you know, cut and dry. Like this is like it's really like it was
That's
kind of
interesting.
disgusting. Yeah, and I think like I mean I can't say about racism because like I'll never really experience it, but I think it's like a similar situation there. They're
I
like
think-
still a little bit behind.
I definitely think that everybody experiences racism to an extent, right? Like you at some point you become so like here's the weird thing about black racism versus white racism versus Hispanic versus Asian, right? Is that like one culture or one race gets mistreated and abused so much they develop anger and hatred towards the other, and then without realizing that they're becoming exactly what the other people were, you know, what the other people were or are, which is the scary part, is they don't realize that they're doing the exact same thing that was done to them without, you know, and I think that's the scariest thing about racism is that you become so angry and you hate people so much because of the way that you were treated that you end up becoming the exact thing that you hated, you know. And I think that's what's so terrifying about racism, in my opinion. And that's why when someone's like, well, you don't know what it's like to be black, and you're like, well, yeah, I don't know what it's like to be black. You're not wrong there, but on the same token, you don't know what it's like to be white, or you don't know what it's like to be Asian. And what I did to you was very, very wrong, but you are now doing it to me. And so I think the hope is that someday, as a I don't want to say a country, because I think it's worldwide.
Species, almost.
Yeah, we come to a place where I don't know if we'll ever get rid of racism.
I doubt it.
But I hope that as a collective, we are able to realize that
it's damaging.
Yeah.
Can I make a point of like clarification?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, and tell me if I'm wrong, because like again, I'm very, very white, so I don't know if I even have like the basis to make this claim. I think I will never be, as a white person, oppressed.
Right.
Do I think that there will be prejudice held against me? Sure. And whether or not that is, valid, sometimes I feel like that's not for me to say. Because, like, in American society at least, like, you benefit a lot from being white, solely. But, man, we got deep. I come on the Discord, like, once in, like, 2 months.
Real life hits.
But yeah, no, like, so what I was saying is, I don't think I'll ever be, I don't think I'll ever be, like, oppressed or, held from getting a job or anything like that.
Right.
Because I'm white. However, I think people will not like me because I'm white, know, and that's not for me to be like, well, that's not fair, because, I mean, I don't know their experience with white people. And somebody was explaining it, like, on TikTok, because I mean, as a woman, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I hate men, blah blah blah, but like I don't hate men. I hate the way I've been treated. I hate the way that women in society are treated. And sometimes it's just a blanket statement, and people are saying, well, like, think about it, the individual men, good. The demographic of men in total is like, a little bit dicey. It's the same way for white people, individual white people that good. The main demographic, maybe you have like, your opinions on it.
Yeah.
So, and again, like I'm saying, I will never fully understand, because I, was privileged. But yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask a question off that? Because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
So, because that's something I hear a lot from a lot of different people, how common like the hate all men thing is. I'm just kind of curious on your take on this. So, do you feel there's a difference between, like, let's say, when people say like, I hate all men, but in reality you're speaking from your experience with maybe an individual where it went poorly? Could people view that maybe as race, or could that be like an even thing where it's like if someone had an individual thing with race, how is that not appropriate then for them to say like, I hate that whole race, compared to people as easy as they say they hate all men?
Sure. So I mean, I'm gonna try and explain this as best as I can, and also I want you guys to know, like, I do not hate any of you.
Well, that's good.
But when he loves me.
Yeah,
I knew someone was gonna do that.
Don't feel like I'm like putting y'all on blast.
Oh no.
It's just as a woman, we are taught to be very, very cautious. We are taught to be very, very, honestly, we have fear so deeply embedded in us. It's like a natural state. And that's not like any specific person's fault. It's just as society has been developing, even like from the ancient fucking times, people pillaging, conquering lands. What happens to the woman? It's like it's so ancient at this point. It's so ingrained into us at this point. Whereas like, okay, now I'm going like completely off topic. Like there's a line in Mary Poppins that's like, while we love our men individually, we agree that as a group they can be rather like silly or something like that. It's like, okay, that makes sense. you like look at the demographic as like almost a threat, or you know, so like to black people, like white people make seem like a threat, you know, or like to women sometimes like okay, so here's another thing. I keep rambling and going on. I saw a video about this guy who was like, every time I walk by a car, people lock their doors, like, I promise I'm not going to rob you. And it was a black man, and people in the comments are like, oh my god, no, like, it's not you, it's because we will lock our door whenever any man walks by, and it's not because we don't trust you, it's because we can't take that chance.
So do you think there's, because I agree there is, when it comes to, let's say, men versus women, there seems to be some sort of distrust between men versus women, but do you think that could be viewed as sexist as much as, like, if you did it on race, could be viewed as racist? Or does it seem like...
Okay, so I'm actually going to go off of what I said earlier. I think it can have some basis in like a little bit of sexism. However, it will never be based in like oppression. Like it will never be like, I am, and I'm not saying that we can't be a threat. We certainly can be a threat, but I'm saying as like, I don't think if it is sexist, and I personally don't think it is, just because I'm like, okay, I mean, obviously I'm coming from, you know, a woman's experience, but I mean, also at the same time, the sexism against women kind of is laced back to like years of history. Same with racism, same with et cetera, like we are paid less as our, you know, black, indigenous people of color. I don't think all of this is to say, I don't think it is based in a level of oppression, but yes, I can see that it does have some biases and some prejudice. Absolutely.
So what exactly is the argument here? Like, what are you looking for on the end of women? Because I feel like a lot of the times I hear the thing where it's like men are the worst, and it seems like a lot of feminism ends up as hatred towards men more than like looking for equal rights.
I think it's supposed to. I think a lot of people started off just wanting like equality, you know, and I think deep down people do. I think it's just like, especially with social media, this is like, I was actually talking to my friend Kate the other day, and I was like, I want to delete all my social media because people are so fucking toxic. People are so quick to point fingers at you. It's just ridiculous. So I was saying, I mean, I think a lot of these cases, it didn't
Steven.
start like being... Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted. I tried to mute myself, and I didn't mute inside.
Oh, no, you're okay. I just wanted to make sure you were good. I think, like, it's just inevitably, because of social media, like, things snowball. You know?
I think social media, honestly, I'm not on basically any except TikTok and Reddit and stuff where I can like interact without posting myself.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think it's healthy.
No, it's certainly not.
Oh, it's definitely not healthy. It's a terrible place to be.
Social media is incredible. Have you guys seen the trend on TikTok now? That's like, what's the most online take you've seen? And it's just people being like so defensive, so aggressive. It's like, you have to be so cautious. It's like to the point where it's like everyone is ready to be angry. Everybody wants to be angry. And I don't think we used to be this way. I think like, in some cases, absolutely, it's justified. In some cases, I'm like, yeah, you have every right to be angry. But at the same time, it's like we are still like getting so much information because of the internet, because of social media. We're learning about new things, new disabilities, new like everything that like we didn't know about before. Because I mean, why would we? You know, we're privileged. We are very able-bodied. We're very, you know.
We have.
Exactly. So we are getting more information, and sometimes we don't always, you know, if you're not looking for it, sometimes you don't know, you know? So it's like, you have to be very, like, fully informed, and people are like, well, there's no excuse to not be fully informed because you have the internet.
Amanda.
Yes.
For when you're talking about women in the workplace, what would your
Yes.
or what's like the typical argument for people then who I think something I hear a lot when it comes to like the I don't know what the 77 cents on the dollar or whatever the thing is. If the thing I hear a lot is if that's true, then why don't all companies just hire women because they'd save a shit ton? Is there like an argument to that or truth in that or
Actually, I've never heard that statement that you just said. I've never heard that before. I believe people make that argument for sure. Here is the thing: women are generally paid less for the same job, absolutely. Because, and I know this for a fact because my mother is a physical therapist, and she used to work in this office. She doesn't anymore. But this guy who was younger than her, who had been in it less than she had, who saw the same amount of patients, blah blah blah, all that, was making more than her for the same exact position, which was like fucking insane when you think about it, because she's been a physical therapist since the 80s, you know.
Wow.
And yeah, I think the thing is women weren't really in the workforce. Honestly, we weren't in the workforce until like World War II-ish, because it was pretty much our responsibility until like the 60s. It was the expectation upon us to be stay at home, you know, raise the kids, the homemaker, which like honestly still some women choose to do that, and that's a very hard and noble job. But the good thing is they get to choose to do that now, you know. But I think a big thing about it is, I mean, years and years, thousands of years of history where the women were to just be home, whereas they're transitioning into the office still. I feel like it's still a disconnect. Also, more men tend to be in STEM-related fields. That's just statistics right there. And like naturally, they are going to make more money in STEM, obviously, because STEM. Whereas women are in like creative jobs, teachers, etc., etc. And yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's factors that go into that as well, because men are like, I learned this in psychology class or sociology class in like high school, and it always like stuck with me. We expect the boys to be good at math, so we like teachers and like parents and everyone kind of like drills math into them and like make sure they understand the math and the science. Whereas with the girls, it's like, oh, it's okay, like it's okay, you don't need to, you know, like it's a little bit less harsh on the girls in school. And then the boys, on the other hand, aren't really like, there's not as much of an emphasis for them put on reading and writing, whereas there definitely is for women, which I actually had never really thought about that. But like when I was growing up, I was always good at like reading and writing and never really math. And people were like, you know what, whatever, just pass. You know, it was never like, do better. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question off of that. So with like certain industries, I think certain industries where it's more either female dominated, dominance. Holy shit, I can't speak. Or like male dominant. How do you feel about like equal representation in like certain jobs? Like let's say for like probably some of the most men-filled areas, like if you look at butchers, you look at people who are like lumberjacks, things like that.
Soldiers too, actually. I'm curious on that.
Soldiers, like what's your view on?
I started on the military.
Let's leave the military out. Leave the military out, but like just very male-dominated positions where maybe it doesn't just seem appealing to most women, like they won't want to take it. Would you want to see, I don't know if that technically would be equality, but like equal representation in those areas, or do you think it should depend on like the sector?
That's the whole thing. They should have the choice, you know? I don't know, because I'm thinking about it, like I don't know, because my boyfriend works like in construction. I don't really know of any woman in construction.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm thinking about that as hard as I possibly can.
Because I was thinking about it in terms of like let's use it in an argument for like potentially pay, not to like, I'm not shitting on a woman in this case, but like let's say it is like construction or like a lumberjack. Let's say it's you compared to like Oscar working a job. Oscar might. I'm gonna take a guess. Oscar might be able to lift more in this specific case, and like maybe that's a thing where it becomes an efficiency thing, or like work he can do compared to potential work you could do for like a certain amount of money. Do you feel like maybe in like industries like that, there's a certain like efficiency rate that people should get paid, or do you think it should be a thing where there's equality in pay in the sense of you show up and do the job, you get paid the same no matter what?
But I did use like the example I used with my mom and the young guy. I mean, that's kind of like, is that kind of what you're like referring to? Like,
well, I
this-
not to disrespect your mom in this case, but like I think what happened with your mom is a bigger issue than just what you said. I think more than anything, it's just the inability to really get an accurate reading of what salaries are, and people to be able to like talk about their salaries or be able to like fight for it. Like I feel like we could knock a bunch of these issues out completely together, whether it's like, let's say with Google, where they did a search in Google to see if women were getting paid enough, and what they ended up finding were men were vastly underpaid compared to women at Google, so they ended up giving a bunch of men raises. So it's like there's certain situations where like men's pay should go up there, and there's certain places where maybe women's pay is lagging a little bit and should go up. But like I think the inaccessibility to see like actual numbers for salaries and how easy like employers can hide it, or they can like ask you what you think a good salary is, and if you give a number that's lower than what they were expecting, they're obviously not going to be like, actually we were thinking about paying you more. They might take that lower number. So it's
Are
like
you
your mom could
advocating
be,
for like transparency for salary, basically?
yeah, absolutely. I think that would. I
oh,
think,
that's a whole other thing.
I think
Absolutely,
that,
there should be
well,
transparency.
the reason why I think that's so important is I think that can knock out a lot of the problems we're trying to face right now. Because if I don't know the extent in what industries, because I think it might really depend on the industry you're in, depending on where men and women get paid, or like the difference in that. But like I think anyone who would try to argue for that, it would be equally as beneficial, if not more beneficial in my opinion, to fight for more wage transparency. That way, like, you know, going into it, like, okay, this last person got paid X for this job, therefore I need to get paid this, or I have these qualifications, so that should put me ahead of them. Yeah, and your mom should be making absolute bank. But like my question was more along the lines of like work that is maybe, let's say, efficiency based, where in the example I gave, if Oscar was going to be more efficient at the job than you, would that be a case where maybe the wages should be based off of efficiency rather than just kind of showing up? And then if that's the case, then like how does that factor in, I guess, with maybe jobs where it's like, I don't know, in certain industries, if a man wanted to work more hours than the woman, even though they're both salaried, and maybe that would lead to more pay, or the woman wanted to work more hours than the man, and that led to her to more pay, should there be like a cap on those where you can only earn a certain amount or only have a certain amount of hours?
Like, I think what would be most beneficial in a case like this, because I mean, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if a woman is gonna be a lumberjack, she's probably like pretty fucking fit, you know, like she can probably lift like a fair amount if she wanted to.
Oh,
She's probably a fucking badass. So I think like hopefully that shouldn't be a problem in the first case, because I mean, I am a 5 foot tall, 110-pound girl. Like, I'm not gonna want to be a lumberjack, and that's just me knowing like my ability, and also like that's just not my kind of work. I feel like if you have like, and this isn't, and what I'm trying to say is this should be like a case by case basis, of course.
Yeah.
But I think if you like have that drive and like etc., yeah, there should be like an efficiency, you know. And there's a lot of places that do like commission, but that's like for sales, obviously, because you make your money off of like, you know, so like a similar type of deal, like you meet your quota. I don't know. That's actually an interesting question. Haven't really thought about that. But I will tell you, I don't know how many like women are lumberjacks or in construction.
Yeah,
you know what
no.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I 100% agree. But like the reason why I bring that up in like these specific cases is I feel like the issue across the board more than anything when it comes to this topic is people talk about it too broadly or use too like large of a brush, where even if like it is addressed, it's like realistically what can you do, like you said, because it a lot of cases depending on the job market, the certain area they're working in. Where I feel like if you bring it down to more of an individual level and give the individual person, whether they're man, woman, or whatever they identify as, the ability to fight for their wages and to have transparency with like what they would be getting paid. because I think for working at home, a lot of
Absolutely.
people have been like wanting to get completely remote jobs. I think it's Colorado is a state where Colorado is a state where it is by state law you have to disclose how much the job pays. So what they will do is if you look for online jobs, they will say anyone can apply unless you live in Colorado. Like you're exempt from applying. Like you cannot apply because they would have to then disclose how much they're offering. Isn't that so fucked?
That's crazy.
That's insanely fucked.
Yeah.
Like, that should be illegal, I feel like. Isn't that literally discrimination?
I mean, in a way, I don't know. That's like,
I don't know.
insane, dude.
Because like technically you could say like, hey, this job's online, but we're looking to hire someone in the state just in case we ever have to have you come to the office.
Yeah.
Is that discrimination?
Yeah, no, that's
if
fine.
Someone's gonna apply from Maine
That's what I've seen a
compared to,
lot,
like,
yeah.
California. Yeah.
I would say it's discrimination if it's like every other state is totally good to apply, but fuck you if
But
you live in
not
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, like what is that?
Well, I don't know if it's
Insane. I've never heard that.
yeah, it's weird because like, but like I feel like that works in like different areas too. Like I'm sure there's like different rulings in states where like let's say marijuana is allowed, where you're able to sell certain things to those states, but then other states you can't sell it to. That sort of thing. I don't know if that would be an equivalent or what, but I assume state laws become a huge factor in those cases.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, that's
That's
the most
insane.
frustrating. That's the most frustrating thing that I see is because like,
Yeah.
especially like us being young people, we are the people who are going to be the next ones in our generation to fight for whatever it is we believe in or what we want to get across.
Yeah.
And what upsets me more than anything is just the lack of people who are able to have a conversation that's meaningful, because people will use their little talking point, their 3-word thing, to make them sound like they kind of have like an answer to the solution, but in reality, like it doesn't on any side of the aisles really accomplish anything. You
Well,
just
everyone
talk
is
about it and start, you
everyone
know,
is so interested in like being right. Like that's all that they're talking
Yeah.
for. Is like, hey, I'm
And
right,
that's
you're
why I
wrong.
want to get off of social media.
I'm kind of curious now that we're on this topic because I don't get to talk about this much. Do you think there is, what areas in life do you feel like there's like female privilege, where let's say
That's interesting.
men don't benefit from, where you could look at it as a case of like, not necessarily that women have it easier, but it could be the case like, hey, this is a benefit to women. Like, one thing I would point out in terms of like online is it seems like in the OnlyFans area, women make absolutely bank on the internet compared to men in that field.
May I counter with my point?
Yeah,
Because
no, and this
the
is
fact that
open-ended.
they are. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say
Okay.
it's more of an open-ended question where it's not specifically that,
Okay.
but like, just I'm kind of curious in general.
Absolutely. So this has actually been brought up before. The thing about that is we are like, I mean, yes, we do make more money in that regard. Like, I could, go on OnlyFans. I'd probably make a little bit more money than like one of my male counterparts, sure. However, it's because we are like legitimately the product. Like our sexuality, our bodies are literally commodified into a product, and it's more about how we can, I mean, yes, we do benefit from it because we found a way to make it beneficial for us. But I mean, I will say, like, looking at how much money girls make at strip clubs, it's insane. Like, they'll come out with their like stacks and stuff. I mean, but at the end of the day, yeah, like it is ultimately, I think, a little bit, I mean, I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this.
You're not gonna
It's
offend me either,
beneficial
so
to us.
stay out of
No,
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to say it like to avoid, What I am gonna say is I think it's beneficial, honestly, to both. Because I mean, there's always gonna be product, and those girls are always gonna make money.
How do you feel about this is something I've kind of been curious about. Do you feel like, as someone who, like, let's say doesn't have an OnlyFans, do you ever feel like societal pressure to do that, or like
No.
an expectation to?
No, I will say, however, at work now. So I work at this new restaurant, and it's a little bit fancier. It's on South Michigan Avenue. It's like right by the Art Institute. And this is just like this is kind of sad that I've noticed this. So I can pretty much wear whatever I want. Like, they're like, yeah, just like, you know, within like reason, like no leggings, no like t-shirts, you know, blah, 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 no chipped nail polish, like things like that. They want you to be put together. And they told us, and it was a woman telling us this, so like I wasn't too like weirded out by it. She's like, you can wear like things as short as you want, you can wear things as like low cut as you want, whatever, what have you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. So the first day, like, I wore like a nice like romper. It had like a lot of coverage. It was fine. I made decent money. And I decided that like on the weekends I'm gonna dress like a little bit more like I'm going out, like I'm going to, you know, a club, whatever. But then on the weekdays, like I will, you know, wear like a little bit more conservative, like a full coverage, you know, pants, button up, what have you. And I noticed very quickly that on the weekends, when like, and it's one person on during the weekdays, so like you have all the tables, but then on the weekends you don't have quite as many. I mean, you will at points, but I've noticed that like on the weekends I make more money, and I have like the same amount of tables usually.
Is that something that you have a problem with? Because like in my head I'm trying to think of a solution to that, and I don't have an easy one.
No, I don't. I'm so, dude, and that's the thing. I feel like I'm complaining, but I don't know if I'm complaining, because I found a way to make money easier. I know how to work the system. I know, like, we have regulars. We have these guys that are regulars at this point. They know us, and like I know why. We know why they're here. We have one who's been in like pretty much every day since we opened, and like he's harmless. Like, he makes a few comments here or there, and we just kind of like pretend we didn't hear it. But I was like worried, because I was like, I don't know if the other girls know that like he's not really like someone I want to like be like buddy with, you know. And then like the other girls were like making comments. They're like, I think he's like a bit too fond of us, and like he was asking about like our outfits and stuff, and I was like, I don't know about this guy. And I feel kind of almost, with cases like that, I feel almost a bit like trapped, because I'm like, well, he's our regular. I can't, like, if he does step over that line, what can I do?
Yeah.
I would be screwing the other girls. I would be screwing the restaurant. Like,
And yourself too, kind of.
Yeah.
and I would be screwing myself. Yeah, I mean, he's one guy, sure. However, he's been loyal. He's brought people in. You know, he just brings people in. Like, every other time he comes in, sometimes he comes in alone. And I'm like, what if he does? What if he does? He hasn't like gone full out yet, but I'm like, what if? You know, what would I do?
I think about that a lot, especially from like the streaming standpoint, because there's, in my experience, I see a lot of streamers who are female who don't have OnlyFans, but like they have maybe an audience who watches a streamer who has an OnlyFans, and they expect, let's say, all women to have an OnlyFans, or they'll constantly bring it up, like, you should make an OnlyFans. And I feel like there might be lines that get crossed there where it's like they feel uncomfortable. But what my like bigger problem is in general, and I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think about this when society heads this direction, it's really weird to see two things happen at the same time, where it's like you see women benefiting from something, but also at the same time they're getting objectified from it.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, is it only right if they benefit from it? Because if there's no benefit, does that make it wrong then? And then what's the balance with that?
It's coming together for me. Okay, it's literally like a psychological, like, we're rewarded for it. So now I'm thinking about this. Oh, fuck, you got me thinking about this.
Yeah,
like,
open up.
What is it? It's like Pavlov's dog. What is that? Pavlov with the dog. Like,
conditioning is what you're looking for.
It's conditioning, dude. It's conditioning. I've been so confused about it, because I was like, okay, how did like being a girl boss turn into like being like, you know, like super like I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, go girls. Like, if you want to be like sexual, go girls. But I feel like at this point now, we're like, when we sexualize ourselves, it's like, here, like, have a cracker. Like, they throw money to us like treats. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit! I never thought about this.
Because this is the way I do it, at least. this is what I kind of struggle with the area, and I'm kind of curious if like any of you feel this way, because like I feel like in one aspect it's very much giving power to empower the individual woman to make these sort of decisions, but at the same time I view it as like also not empowering them and almost putting them in some sort of lock by giving like predominantly men the ability to manipulate how they act or how they view themselves off of a monetary value. So it's almost like the freedom you get in representing yourself, you also give up at the same time by the person who pays you the most money or the person who locks you into these social contracts of, oh, I don't know what I do if you'd go too far because XYZ, all these social elements built into it.
Well, and I know so many like girls personally that have kind of had to dip their toes into the OnlyFans pool or dip their toes into like seeking arrangement. Mandy, have you heard of that?
Oh yeah. I know actually a lot of girls who did that in college.
And they've like tried to do that, and then the attention that they get is so unbelievably overwhelming that they like literally shut down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just got slaughtered. I gotta get my stuff. Oh no.
I cannot even like begin to describe like the experiences some of my friends had like with like sugar daddies on OnlyFans. Like it's like scary. They look at you, and that's what I'm saying. You are the product. They were a product to them. They were paying for their services, quote services, like dating and you know what have you. It's not like it's literally like kind of in a way it's like glorified prostitution. You know, they pay.
I was thinking that. I didn't want to say it, but it's like it's almost on that level.
Well, that's what my friend called herself that. Like she's like, I'm kind of like a fancy prostitute. And I'm like, I wish you wouldn't call it that. And she's like, well, I mean, like think about it. He's paying me for sex, and like he says we're going on like dates, and they do. They take them on dates. And you know, they like get to know them. They do establish a relationship, absolutely, but I mean, there's also like the whole
it's strange though. It's like it's money for products.
Ooh.
Well, and they own you. They own you.
For that duration, yeah, they do.
No, they try to own you.
I apologize.
Like, girl tries to end it. Yeah, go ahead.
I just had a thought cross my mind, and it's a weird way to phrase it. It is. Okay. It's funny that we came to this because it's literally a boss sexualizing you. The person paying you sexualizing you, and how acceptable it's trying to be here compared to when it's in the work office in a workspace, how negatively it's viewed. And the crazy thing about it is the reason why I bring the comparison is the only difference I see is the willingness of the individual in the role. So if you're going to a business role where you're not wanting to wear an open cut shirt and your boss maybe wants you to dress more that way and will give you more money, or like you feel like you have to do what every boss does, it's that dynamic where it's like I don't know how to word it, but it's like society almost like has things a certain way. We think it might be wrong or we could progress it. And it's like we move in a direction and then it's like almost goes back to what it was in a similar sense. Like it's weird how that works. Like I don't know if that's gonna be a positive thing in the future or a negative thing, but like it's interesting to me more than anything.
I mean, the appeal of money is definitely there. Like I feel like there's always going to be people, if you offer up enough money, they're going to be at a situation where they want to take it.
Yeah. Oh god, I didn't even think about that, Reed. That's a really good way to put it. Like it's oh man, because like in a lot of offices, like you can't date your like higher up. Like it's considered very for that reason, because it's sexualization and it's like a power dynamic that like they're like worried you're exploiting, etc., so forth. Like,
did you get those?
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
I need this.
I'm glad we're having this talk. By the way, I love these topics. I feel like not enough people talk about them.
It's very uncomfortable, but like I do think it's important to talk about it.
It's definitely rare to find people that are like willing to have these conversations in good faith.
Yeah, I'm like very cautious about like offending people, you know, because I don't want to like overstep or like say anything that like offends you guys.
I don't think you're gonna offend me or Reed.
No,
actually not on this topic anyway.
Meta, you actually offended me, so I want you to write another tweet saying that you're gonna become a better person. All right?
Oscar liked that one, right?
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying listening to you guys talk. So.
I was like wondering. I was like, do we still have Oscar here?
Yeah, no, I'm
Scotty.
chilling.
What are your thoughts on all this?
I forgot Scotty was here.
This guy's like, I don't
Everyone's-
care.
Everyone sucks, and none of us should be equal.
Mm.
Hey, I agree. I, think
I,
we
I
should
respect
all
your
be,
opinion. Fuck yeah, dude.
It should
Yeah.
be livestock.
We're all gonna
Yeah, I
die.
think we should all be shot.
Back to my favorite meme when the Black Lives Matter protests were happening. It was Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Then it was like this death rock group, and they're like, no lives matter. And they're all like rocking out.
I agree.
That's
I think
me.
we should all be. I think we should all die.
I mean, humans are
Yeah.
kind of toxic. I can't lie.
Oh, kind of. Don't even get me started. Oh, while we're on this topic of humans are toxic and like global warming, because we're always taught that like it's our fault. It's our fault. No, it's not. Stop reminding us that we're gonna die because a few people are set on killing the planet.
Speak to me.
Didn't you see the petition that Jeff Bezos was going to space, and the petition is to make it so he can't come back?
Please, please. I cannot stand that man. Did you see he like was like quoted in an article saying like, oh God, what was it? He like tracked his employees because he believes that humans are lazy by nature. It's like, wow, I wonder why no one wants to work for Amazon.
Are we lazy or do we take the path of least resistance? Is that laziness?
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Okay. Question off of that. Because I was thinking about this.
He said
So,
yes.
With,
I think it is.
with wages, I'm curious on what you guys think.
Oh,
With
vindicated.
wages,
This guy needs to
would
die.
you
I see
take
you.
a job that paid a
is there two
living
of them?
wage,
No, just
whatever
one of them,
you
so
would
I need
view
to-
a living wages with your situation, where you'd
Okay,
be
dude.
happy,
No.
and well off? If it meant you had to work in like an Amazon-esque environment where they're tracking you, constantly making you
No.
do work, feel
No.
like you have off time, or would
I'm
you
not gonna
take
sell my
a
soul.
less paying job that maybe is behind the curve a little bit of a job in your area that would be able to live on, but it's like almost AFK, like you can do it from home, you don't have to think about it.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't like the idea of people sitting there and not trusting me to be confident in my job to the point where they feel like they need to track me.
Exactly. I don't want to work somewhere where I can't take bathroom breaks, and like, I feel like I'm like literally. That's another thing. Like, it's literally like that is livestock. You know, you're
Feels like
literally
slavery.
like.
It honestly feels like modern day slavery.
I mean, they're
Literally,
paid.
yeah.
They're paid, but they're not paid the best.
What one could argue if, like, let's say hypothetically, you're not getting paid
Excuse
enough
to
to
be paid.
live, you are technically working that job so you can live.
I
and
gotta
if you didn't
kill-
have that
Yeah,
job,
that's true.
How
That's
do
a good point.
I kill these guys?
Also, I mean,
Nice
have you
shot.
heard about like the Apple factories, like in I think it's China? I mean, they literally like they live in the building to create these
Seriously?
products. Oh my God, it's bad. They have like suicide nets on the building, so
What?
you just can't
Yeah.
jump off.
people
It's
jump.
insane. It is
Excuse
insane.
me?
It's like sickening to hear about
How
it.
do you run a company and be like, hey, instead of getting some mental help for my employees, the
We're
gonna
cost
make
it so you
thing
can't
is to
get
get a
out.
suicide
Well,
net.
Let's get a
it's
net.
China, it's different there. That's the work. That's the work culture there. You don't understand.
Oh,
It's
you're
so
right. I
bad.
don't understand.
I hope I never understand. It's so sickening, and like, there's no way to be like, I'm like, oh, should like I be stop getting, iPhones? No, because then, there's a whole other evil behind another corporation that we like don't even know about. Like, there's no way to be ethical, You're
You
always
can
gonna be
try
like,
your best, but yeah, like if
You
you're
can.
looking at your footprint, you're never gonna succeed.
no, I probably have so much blood on my hands. I think about that often. I'm like, the clothes I bought, like, were these made in like a child factory? Like, it's things like that. I'm like, am I like, and I mean, it's not like I'm trying to, but it's like, how can I possibly be better when there's no options that are provided for me,
And it's supposed to be like democracy where you have the choice of like, oh yeah, you can choose this crazy sweatshop place where it has cheap products, or you can support this nice,
Gucci.
like, yeah, but you don't really have the option anymore.
I'm broke as hell. Like, yes, if I could, I would buy, believe me, if I could, I would buy all designers. I truly would. However,
Kanye, believe it.
Oh shit, that was out of the blue.
Scotty doesn't
Random
say
as fuck.
anything for like an hour, and then
He's been waiting for
Jumps
this
up.
moment. He was like, ah, here it is.
Time
he's
to
like,
shine.
I just need someone
Yeah.
to say believe. I need someone to say believe.
I respect it, Scotty. I respect the shit out of it.
Scared the shit out of me, dude.
That's a
Same.
scared Dobby.
It's true.
And you just
Oh,
gotta
no,
die. Oh,
Dobby.
jeez, I'm gonna die if I don't kill this guy. Please.
Steven,
I
forgive me.
truly would, like, I truly would want to start
There
making
we go, he's
better
dead.
ethical choices. But how? I'm not
Oh, shit.
granted with that information, you know?
No, fudge, dude.
Steven, get back on ESO. I need help.
Everyone's just like, stop shopping here,
Shit.
stop shopping there. I'm like, okay, then where the fuck do I shop?
Alright, so now how do I do this? Sun's going
Carefully.
down. I'm gonna. Jeez, dude. Alright.
What do you need help with?
This public dungeon.
Oh, I mean, I can help you later. No, I'm
Why
working.
not? What a bitch you are.
What, for doing my job? Sorry.
Yeah, fuck you for doing
Yeah.
your job. What the fuck?
Like, you should be better about, like,
Oh, there are monsters near me, so I can't.
I don't
go
know
to
how
bed.
you do that,
Great.
Scotty.
I don't either.
He balances so fucking well.
I need
It's
another
crazy.
monitor to do that. I already have 2.
Jesus, how do I get all my shit back? We just gotta run for it. Fuck.
How about we all quit our jobs, quit society, and we start a IRL Don't Starve together, where we just run around and try to survive.
When
Dude,
you
I've
were saying
thought
that, I
about
was like,
that.
can you imagine?
I actually saw a. Okay, they're just sitting on my stuff. Fuck you guys.
Like, how hard would it be to just leave society and just, like, go live off the grid for a little while?
As much as
Thought
people
about
give
it.
shit to
I
the
saw a
island,
YouTube
they got
video,
no life.
or no, it was a
Yeah,
Facebook
kinda.
video where this guy just quit his job and he lives in like caves and shit.
That sounds amazing.
Oh my
Like,
god,
fuck it,
dude!
yeah.
I'm never gonna get that
There's,
stuff
there's a
back.
Make
certain
any
amount of
ethical
beauty to
choices.
that.
Do you
Yeah.
do you guys think that so with like media we consume and like ads we get and stuff that's marketed towards us and with like prices of everything, do you feel like it's almost like purposeful that like all these things that we have in our life or feel like we need it because we're just so used to it is getting us to a point that even if we did like keep increasing money and wages and stuff like that, we're literally needing so many things to live on that like let's say even a generation ago when it was our parents growing up, they didn't even need, let alone the stuff didn't even exist. And it's like we're creating all these other needs in our life to where it seems like we're never going to be financially independent to the extent that a lot
That's
of simplistic
design.
lifestyles are.
I mean, Reed, you know my view on
That's by
capitalism.
design.
Yeah, you told me.
Like,
your view
I
on
don't think
capitalism.
it's great. No.
Yeah,
So,
I'm with you.
with capitalism then, if let's say hypothetically, because I've
I'm
asked this
missing
to
a
Steven,
pickaxe.
but then
Shit.
Amanda, I kind of want your view on it. If you
Yeah.
would, let's say you had the all power in this country where you could remove capitalism, what
There it
would
is.
you want to change like our government to, or the way like we function in the United States?
Yeah. Actually, a great question. See, a lot of people are kind of glorifying communism right now, and I think that is a little bit insane. However, if I were to say that on the internet, I would be slaughtered. I am that middle ground. I honestly do. I like the idea of socialism. I like the idea of universal health care. I like the idea of
Finally, I get somebody else in here.
yeah.
Thank you.
I like the idea of like everyone having the ability to have a job, and I mean that's another thing. Like I don't know if everyone's going to take a job. That's just human nature. However, I want the biggest thing for me. I want people to be able to go to the hospital if they're sick and not die because they couldn't pay. You know, like
I just want
I just-
everyone to die.
well, yeah. Obviously, that's another thing. I wish we would all just like perish. I want that giant asteroid to come right now. But I mean, there's a balance, and I think people are either like one or the other, and I'm like, no, there is a way that everyone can be employed. There's no reason why Jeff Bezos could be a fucking trillionaire, whereas people like they can't even go to the doctor and get medicine.
That's like
if
an
they're sick.
ambulance. An ambulance ride is 10K.
So fucking expensive.
What is that? Like, what is that? Like, that's insane.
People
Like,
are in
when
the
I got
middle
in my,
of
when I got in my
diet.
car accident, my mom had to pay 10 grand to get me out of the ambulance.
It's so
You're
fucking
kidding.
expensive.
it's stupid.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
stupid. And it's like it's an impossible. It's almost a caste system, because okay, these poor people, keep getting bombarded with another thing. They're never going to be able to dig themselves out.
What's in my view, that is the entire point of capitalism.
Absolutely.
Well, we replaced a society of slaves generations ago to now a society of free slaves that are literally enslaved all over again.
No, I mean they learn their lesson. Like, don't tell them they're slaves.
So, I have a question. What do you?
That's poverty.
I have a question. What do you do if you're financially illiterate? Let's say you give everybody $1 million. What do you do then? Because at some point, if you're financially illiterate, it doesn't matter how much money you make or how much money you're given.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So
That's a good point.
So what do you do in that situation in terms of, because it's very clear that our country is not going to implement a program that teaches you how to handle your finances. It's something that you either...
There's a reason that's not in school.
Right.
That's a good point.
It's a way to control people. And so I think there's a portion of capitalism that is bad in regards that there are people that are insanely rich. Almost to a point where you're like, geez, why do you need that much money? And the answer is you don't.
Either.
But yeah, well, like here's the thing, like they don't have, it's not all liquid, right? Like you don't have, like Jeff Bezos doesn't have $183 million sitting in his bank account. There's
Elon Musk and Bezos have enough money to have a fucking space race.
Right.
Oh,
So
cool. I'm glad I'm around for that.
but that.
Ridiculous.
Wait, go ahead. No,
I'm just saying it's fucking ridiculous that they're going to fucking space.
Why do you think that's ridiculous? I'm curious. I'm just curious to know.
Well, I know why they're doing it. However, I just think it's ridiculous that we're kind of letting them.
So, but like, why though? Like, if you know why they're doing it, you know that the point of it is to push, I guess, human boundaries, right? Like, at some point, humans we're either going to overpopulate. Now, this may be thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years from now.
Honestly, instead of fixing the planet, it's more cost effective for the billionaires to leave the fucking planet. Like, no.
Yeah, and that's
I'm not
insane
cool
to
with
me.
that.
So, but what if they make it cost effective for everybody?
It won't be.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Space travel.
How
I
do
mean,
you?
you have
By
to
the time-
you have to move so much supplies. Like,
Right, of
the
course,
water.
But like at some point, it's going to become cost effective. Like,
Eventually, how many of us are going to be around to see that?
well, we're definitely not going to see it.
We're
Like,
not going
we're not going to see it. But like, do you want to leave the Earth right now?
I mean, I would rather we work on our problems on the Earth.
Oh, I agree. I think we definitely have
Like,
problems
yeah,
on the Earth
space
that need to be.
exploration is cool.
But I think it's not as simple as like you're rich and because you're rich, like you're doing this, and I just don't like you shouldn't be doing that because there are things that are happening here. I think it's important that you have people, if like you have the funds to work on that, then let's work on that, because at some point we're going to have to leave the planet, or at least a portion of us are going to have to leave the planet. The planet's not big enough to continue the growth rate at which we're growing, and then on top of that, the pollution rate that we're kind of, you know what I mean? And so I feel like I generally don't care what they do with their money, as long as I feel like they're doing it in terms of they mean well. Like if they're going out there, and now I don't know them personally, and I'll never know them personally, don't really care to know them personally, but as a whole, and they may be doing this for selfish reasons, but I think as a whole, the byproduct of their selfish reasons will be positive as a
humanity, I guess.
Yeah, will be positive to humanity. You know, not in my lifetime, probably not in my kids' lifetime, or my grandkids, or my great grandkids' lifetime, but maybe tens of thousands of years from now, humans will benefit from their selfishness. Now, if you're taking your money and you're, I don't know, fucking causing people to slave away, and I think this is kind of where it gets like into some really dirty stuff, especially when it has nothing to do with our country. I think that's when it becomes like a moral thing where you're like, how do I like kind of like how you talked earlier about how was it Apple that you said in China, like they live in, it's just horrible work environments. Was it Apple that you guys were talking about? That
China in
Apple,
general
yeah.
has really bad. Like my
Okay.
aunt goes there for work through Jockey, the like underwear company.
Okay.
And they just have her job when she does go there is to make sure the conditions are quote unquote good. but they're never good compared to even like United States standards. And people in the United States would argue a lot of standards are bad. So
right, and I think in that regard, you have two different countries that have created this problem. You have one country that's like, it's okay for us to work the ever living shit out of people until they like basically want to commit suicide, and then you have our country who's like, we're gonna tax the shit out of you, and we're going to make it so incredibly difficult and expensive to start small businesses and start a business that we're gonna force you.
How are you supposed to compete? Too.
Yeah, that's
like,
and
how do you compete with Walmart or Amazon?
Right. That's what's difficult.
It's such a back and forth though, because as much shit as we give China and we look at their form of government and we look at the things they do over there, we say this is wrong. How often we use it or we do business there when it's beneficial to us, and then vice versa, they'll do it to us.
Well, yeah, and that's the point I'm trying to make is like we
right.
No, it doesn't make it. I don't think it's right no matter how you do it. But you have, I think it becomes a selfish thing of like, do I survive or do I worry about other people? You know what I mean? And that's where you have this.
That's what it's come to.
Right.
I don't think it should be there in the first place.
I agree. I don't think it should be. And it's a horrible, it's like, it's a lose-lose no matter how you look at it. Either, you know what I mean? And I think what's ultimately going to happen, if you're put in that situation, you're going to choose yourself. No one's not going to choose them. You know what I mean? And I think that is where, in terms of business, and in terms of like finances, and in terms of we need to teach people financial literacy, right? And then from there we need to, as the younger generation of this country, we need to figure out how to push better work practices here and better business practices, and then also try to figure out how to allow people to build businesses here in our own country without sacrificing our livelihood, because it's damn near impossible to start a business here and not transition. Like once you grow large enough, it's hard not to transition to another country if you're going to try and compete. You almost can't do it because you're going to be spending a shit ton of money to do it, you know?
Can I bring us back to the finance thing? Because I feel like I have not the best solution in the world, but it definitely can help a lot more than like
what aspect of finance you talking about?
In regards to like teaching people financial literacy. Yeah. So obviously it's apparent that through our public school systems, the government is not, it's not in their best interest to teach us these things when they can profit so much off of us. So if we're gonna, let's say hypothetically through the lens that capitalism is a bad thing, but we have this system and we have to work in it. One of the things I think is most important, and I've seen it around the world, but I see it a lot in the United States too, is people who get out of their situation or make it big, being able to give back not only to their family and teach them the ways, but their community. A lot of athletes do this really well, where they came from not the best situations, and they will go teach financial literacy classes to like the high school kids, or they'll go to the neighborhoods and give them opportunities that they may have not had before. And the reason why I think it's so important for people who have any ounce of success, whether that's in a sport, whether that's in a job, or just like a skill in general or a life lesson, be able to give back to your community, is because if you put it in the eyes of the government and you put any idea at the top of the government, it is going to take forever. It's going to be very hard for like an individual in your community to see the end of that. When I feel like if you give the power to more of the individual to make these choices, or you put it like, let's say on yourself, like let's say
it doesn't seem like the individual is getting the power though. It seems like they're getting the emphasis.
Let's say I have a financial literacy that my dad did. I would feel it's on myself to not have rely on the government to teach my kids about finance. I would feel it's on me to be like, hey, I'm going to teach you maybe what to do with your money. You don't definitely have to listen if you don't want to, but like, this is a mistake I had. This is something I went through and had to learn the hard way. Lost a lot of money because of it. This might be the safer route. And I feel like if we look out for our neighbors more in that way and have the sense of community outside of just social media and build that back up in a sense, I feel like a lot more people would be better off in terms of like their local area. Because like, think about that too. It's like when you were growing up, at least in my neighborhood, I knew like all my neighbors and I knew all the kids.
Oh damn, you're a good neighbor.
Would, like hang out with them.
I didn't know fuck.
Yeah, I've lived in this house for 3 years. I haven't said one word to my neighbors.
But no,
I don't know my neighbor's name.
I don't know my neighbors now to a certain extent. Like I know the neighbor right next to me. That's about it. But it's like when I was a kid, it was just so common to like go knock on the neighbor's door and be like, "Is James home? Can James play?"
Yeah,
and that like our families would come say hi, and it was just like, I don't know. There was a sense of community outside of just like whatever social media bubble.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, the argument in terms of
the emphasis on the individual for that.
Yeah.
Like you could solve the entire problem by just having it be government, but instead it's the emphasis on the individual for their communities?
No, my question to you is not that like government can't solve a problem. It's what has the government done so far that you're so, especially with as much as you don't like the United States current system, you have enough faith in them to make a decision that's best for your life rather than you potentially taking your own hands. I'm not saying no form of government assistance, or I'm not saying government can't be helpful in any way, but I'm saying in terms of if you're trying to get the most, let's say, beneficial education, I would have to put it on myself to bet that I can probably learn things that the schools aren't going to teach me because the government doesn't want to know. And I'd be better off having the responsibility of telling that to my kids than have them just not learn it all in school, if that makes sense.
I guess my ideal is like, in the ideal situation, the ideal world, like that should be the responsibility of the government because they have the best ability to administer that over a large area.
Yeah. Well, the argument is from all the financial classes that I've like financial classes that I've been through, right? Like I don't have any degree in finances or anything like that. But like the argument is that they're like, you spend X amount of hours at school, right? You'd spend like what, 8 hours at school, 7 hours at school, and then of those hours, like you have 45 minutes in each class or an hour in each class, kind of depending on the school and their kind of curriculum. But then you go home and you spend 4 or 5 hours at home with your parents, who, one, do they even talk about finances? And if they do the things that they talk about align with what you're being taught at school? And when you're talking to your parents in comparison to talking to your teachers and following a curriculum at school, who are you more likely to believe and follow? And so the argument here is like, okay, let's say we spend X amount of tax dollars in implementing these financial curriculums. Are the students going to pay attention to that, and are they going to take a hold of that? And then there's obviously the more important problem of like, and how much power are we going to lose there? Because I think about it, like if our country, let's say our country stopped using credit cards to buy, cars and TVs, and rather they started building their credit to buy assets, is the power now back into the people's hands? And then two, like what would happen if all the debt, like, because I took a financial class where the guy basically said, he was like, what if the United States didn't have any debt, and what if all the money that was being circulated was in the right people's hands? What could we do with that? And then that's when he said, he was like, it's not on your school system to teach you because you listen to your parents more often than you listen to your school teachers. And so I think that's one of the biggest issues is like, yeah, let's implement it if we can, but will it be worth the money that we implement? How many students, I guess, percentage-wise, are going to take that information?
I have a question off of that.
Yeah.
So every time this like argument comes up or like this topic comes up, the only thing that I seem to get across my head in terms of like an end-all solution, and I don't know if it's just I'm mishearing people or what, but it seems like it all comes on it to, at the end of the day, that a lot of people believe like that the government and the people in government who we actively hate at this time will make better decisions for us than we have as individuals. So is it more potentially beneficial to take rights or freedoms from individuals to make their own decisions if it would lead towards, let's say, debt or poverty, and completely give it to the government if that means a better way of life than they currently have? Like, what's the balance there?
Could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, so a lot of times,
I'm going to take this opportunity to say I have to go take a shower, so I will be seeing you guys later.
Okay. Have a good one.
This is a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find
Amanda, you won't be back. The time you say you'll be back, you never come back.
Well, I didn't say today, but I will talk to you guys later.
All right, have fun.
All right. Peace and
Bye.
blessings. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
I cannot find this last guy.
Let me kind of repeat that. I'm kind of curious on. Oh, did Steven completely go away?
I don't know.
Oh, he must have gotten called or something. I'll wait for it. But no, Oscar, what I was saying with that is essentially because every time I hear, not you specifically, but more like people who talk about like socialism or like why don't we have the government solve these problems, it seems like they don't want to say it, but it's the answer they're going towards is they don't respect individuals to make good enough choices themselves. Therefore, the government should make the decision for them. And for
Right.
people who talk about freedom so much and power to the individual, it seems like they're very willing to give that up
Right.
if it means the government, the daddy government and mommy government can make those decisions for us. So every
Right.
opportunity I have, I try to push back on that because I feel like every time, like Steven uses it especially, and I'm going to challenge it on him when he comes back, when he says, in an ideal world. Okay, well, realistically, we're not living in an ideal world, so
Right.
what are you going to do? And a lot of the times the solution to this, a lot of time, is you have people already in our existing government that these people will say are corrupt, and these people will be willing to vote for them because they say they're going to change it, and every single time they don't. And then you
Right.
just stay in the same
Well, that-
cycle over and over and over.
That's my biggest worry about giving the government all of the say so. I don't want to say power, but the say so, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to take over and this is what we're going to do for you guys. And at what point does it become, at what point do they just eventually just take completely over? And at what point do we reach a place where we have no say?
Well,
I think that's what worries me the most.
I would put it this way: in what areas of your life currently is a company and or the government not actively a part of? Like in your free time, what are you consuming? In your free time, what are you doing? When you're
Right.
working, what are you doing? Like, there's really no escape to it. And honestly, the people who live like the most in the country, or the people who are the most off the grid, I
Yeah.
feel like have the best solution to it because they realize, okay, you know what? At the end of the day, it would be great if we could fix all of society's problems, but part of me, if I'm wrong, that's never been the case throughout history. We've just slowly progressed, and that's the way it's going to continue to be. But like, why punish an individual who can make good decisions, make sure their family's taken care of,
Yeah.
and then not want the government to interfere with them and just live off the grid or to do their own thing? I don't get the obsession with trying to use the government to your benefit and then thinking it's wrong for the other side to do the same thing, because that's the
Yeah.
question I think I raised to Steven one time. Is like, I'm like, think about the worst conservative politician you could imagine, what they could implement in the society that you would hate. You're giving this person that ability to do all that if you give the government more control.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Who
Scotty,
forget-
what are your geopolitical takes on the radicalization of the monopoly of foreign interest and subset conditions of regression over a linear period of escalating times and action of the fullest extent?
Everyone should die and no one is
Yeah.
rich.
You got my vote.
I respect him because he stays consistent. He's like, I don't give a shit. I hope you die.
Oh my gosh, there was, I you remember Ron Paul from your state, right? When he ran, so he ran for president, I think back in like 2008, and when he ran, he did like a debate with like other people, and they were like, it was the Libertarian Party, so it's all the people who are like anti-government or want like less government in there.
Yeah.
And so it was talking about like, they were talking about marijuana and stuff, and he wasn't a fan of marijuana, but he thought the government shouldn't like be involved in it. And so like this guy comes up to the mic, and he's a bigger guy. He's like, I don't understand how you're for legalization of marijuana, but you don't like marijuana as a whole. Explain it to me. He's like, I can put it very simply. I want to live my life, and I want you to live your life, and I don't want the government to come in. Just like you don't want the government, like that person over there might not want the government to come in and tell you to stop smoking. You won't want the government to come in and say, hey, you could lose a little weight. And the guy's like, hey, and the crowd starts like cheering. And he's like, what? Am I wrong?
Am I wrong?
What would you do if the government said to lose a little weight? Huh?
That's hilarious. What would you do?
My by far favorite moment, though, I think I sent it to you, Scotty, the George Bush playing golf, and then he's talking about, like, I think Israel. He's like, we need to work on the Israeli tensions, and we need peace. Now watch this drive. He turns around and just fucking hits a golf ball. Super fucking fun.
No, watch this drive.
I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Alright, sounds good. need to... No, go over there. You may not. Stop jumping, you dummy. There we go. Wow. Why this is so difficult, I don't know. Why is he the one that's... What the heck is happening here? Let me separate these guys, if I can. Alright, bet. So now I should be able to do... There's that. Pick it up. So now I can do this, and I can do this. And then I should be able to do this number right here. Impaling. Piercing. Nope. Thank you. Huh? Smite. That's not what I need. Luck of the Sea. Welcome back.
You still streaming?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I just get so whenever we start conversations like that, I just get really quiet. So
I feel so sad for Scotty because every time we have the conversation of he doesn't like it when people keep having long conversations in Discord when everyone just wants to chill. Every time one happens, I feel inclined to be a part of it. Like I desperately need to.
You're addicted. You should see somebody about that.
Like every time Amanda brings up feminism, I might completely agree with her, but I literally have to say something just to keep her talking. Or like I don't know if you like noticed, but like I brought up a very I basically caught her in a position where she says racism's a bad thing because discriminating on someone because of their race is bad, especially when it's like stereotype.
Yeah.
And so then I said, so what's your view when that happens like men through like sex? Like it's easy to say you hate all men when you say you have gripes with an individual man, but you say you hate all men. So is it then acceptable for someone who maybe has individual gripes with a certain race to say they hate the whole race? And then she saw the comparison, and instead of addressing, yeah, I guess both would be wrong, she had to go down the route of, well, speaking as a woman, a white woman who's been oppressed throughout history by men, I'm just speaking from my experience of this individual, and then never go into the sort of question. I'm like, yeah.
I just can't wait until Scotty starts jumping in. I'm ready for that day to come.
I feel like
right, Scotty.
I feel like if it was in person, Scotty would just like not go off on Amanda, but I feel like they would just have a back and forth, and then Scotty would just be like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
When I come and visit, we're gonna go out for a drink, and we're gonna sit down, and we're gonna have a long, lovely conversation. Are you excited for that, Scotty? Yay or nay?
We already do that.
Very yay, because that's what I like to do. I like doing it in person.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh.
I don't really like doing it over Discord.
Yeah.
More of a drinking.
Well, yeah, because you can't see anybody's reactions. And I definitely feel like it's very, very hard to have a conversation. Like, despite how, like, you can listen to my voice, right? And you can get a good idea of what I'm feeling. But when you see someone's face, you're like, yeah, okay, now I understand.
You can see, too, when they're not wanting to be involved in the conversation anymore.
Of course,
or they're, like, super triggered. But, like, see, the hard thing is, when you have, like, 4 or 5 people trying to talk, it's a lot of, can I?
Yeah.
And it's, like, it's hard to have this many people. And, like, I didn't realize I was, like, raising my hand half the time. I'm like, can I say something?
Can I talk, please? Fortune 3. Oh, I want that, but I don't need it. It was a lovely conversation, though. That is for sure.
Yeah. I love talking about women. And how we can sexualize them for our benefit and act like it's their benefit. I love it.
I love talking about capitalism and how it's a bad thing or a good thing versus. Which is funny because I don't know shit about socialism or like I'm not that well educated, but I'm just like that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I get it. I respect it. I respect your
Capitalism. Make $500 off of feet pics.
right. Like when someone's like, why does he have that much money? I'm like, well, because he took a fuck ton of risk. He built a massive ass company.
People who typically argue for a socialist society take the most successful people in the capitalist system and villainize them and say they need to do X, Y, Z with this money. They essentially become the government in their own way, where they want to control that money.
But like,
they're gonna look at the people who have the most wealth, and
it's crazy to think about like 183 billion dollars, right? The majority of that is probably in Amazon stock, so it's not. It's not like could he sell his stock off? Yeah. Is he going to? No. Can he buy whatever he
Honestly,
wants? Yes, but
you want to know what the funny thing is? Him with how much stock he probably has in Amazon.
Yeah.
If he wanted to fuck over the middle class, he could sell all his shares of Amazon right now and just watch the stock market fucking because of it. And have fun explaining to everyone why they lost so much money.
Yeah.
On the stock market.
Then they're gonna be pissed at him. They're like, "You sold all your fucking stock.
You screwed the working class."
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Just like, what do you want from me?
I was gonna ask Amanda. I was gonna say like if he sold every penny in his bank account tomorrow to whatever charity you want, would you respect him? And she'd probably say no because of his ethics and this and that. It's like, okay, rightly so. And then I would typically say, do you follow like that unethical path for your life? But like Amanda seems like one of the very few individuals that actually does or like talks about it. Because like you start talking to her and you almost get depressed because she's like, I don't think that's ethical. So then I start looking at other areas and then I look at everything I do and none of it's ethical and I hate it, but I do it. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of the way it goes.
Well, that was my whole point of like, yeah, there's bad things that are happening in the world, but you're gonna choose yourself over others. Like, and I don't think I don't personally believe there's anything wrong with making sure that you're okay.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Lefties like to remove religion for whatever reason that they don't like certain religions and maybe the guilt it gives or like the shitty feeling it gives them. Right. And they replace it by looking at our system of politics and literally blaming themselves and us for like everything. Like they literally just repeat the same thing. Like if you take Catholicism, the guilt that comes with being a Catholic in the church, literally it's the same thing as I hear these people talk. It's like, I'm doing everything ethically wrong. I don't like this. I feel like a bad person.
Yeah.
It's like, no shit, because you're listening to people who literally don't give a shit about you and they're just saying you're a bad person.
Yeah.
And there's no redemption to that.
The world's in a weird place. What can I say? Wait, Feather Falling 4? Ooh. For 17 emeralds. I just need to make an actual like farm out of these guys and like convert them and stuff. I gotta make a actual converter, but I haven't done that yet. I want sharpness 5, so we're just gonna sit here and slowly work our way to sharpness 5. Mending again. Oh, I'm breaking 3. Oh, that is so good. I actually need that. But for 30 emeralds, is that worth it? Oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Yo, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta think this through. Gosh. Is that better than sharpness right now? I believe so. It's not better than sharpness. I need sharpness.
Ooh. Alright, Scotty, you ready to hear this?
That's
this
30 emeralds, yeah.
Scheme. Hope your day is filled with... DJ Scheme said, hope your day is filled with love. Then his next tweet, it's Thursday, make sure you go hard, which is literally, go hard is a unreleased Juice WRLD song. And then he said right after, y'all pushed me to this point. And then he said after that, technically not lyrics, just good advice. Then he said, I love you guys, it's coming, and it's not months away. So, hopefully soon. Someone responded and said, oh yeah, it's years away, great.
Impaling 4. Dude, this is so difficult. I feel like you could spend hours doing this. I actually have. I've been live for 2 hours. What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like, Minecraft is one of the few games where it's like, if you get actively involved in a task, you'll just sit there and just do all track of time.
Yep. It's so bad because right now I'm at a place where like all I think about is Minecraft, and I know that's gonna die down at some point, but it's Fortune 3 for 11 emeralds in a book. Oh, you were kicking me in the balls, Minecraft.
By the time Minecraft dies down, we'll already have Hytale beta out, so that's fun.
Dude, I need it. My body is craving it. And honestly, I'm just excited to see Scotty play a game that's block based with MMO.
Who says I'm playing it?
With the release,
We do.
What was it? 2023? They
You
moved
can't
it
get
back
me
to.
to do anything.
Do you
Oh,
remember
you're
when
gonna play it. Trust.
Do you remember when Minecraft had their alpha or beta? Like how it was like essentially like a full game almost.
Yeah,
But it was like to try it. I feel like Hytale's gonna do the same thing.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. You're definitely gonna play it. You're gonna play it for maybe 10 minutes. It's gonna be worth it, and then you'll go on doing whatever
Scotty,
it is
how
that you
much did you like Minecraft Dungeons when you first played it?
It was pretty fun, but then it became very bland, and there was no end game at all.
Yeah, I feel like Hytale will offer you what you liked about Minecraft Dungeons, but the expandability and the progression towards like an end goal.
If there's no end game, it's going to die out really quickly for me.
I think that's one of the reasons why they pushed it back another 2 years.
If there's no end game raid, end game dungeon, end game gearing, there's no point in me wasting my time.
It should be raids because they have raid bosses in every zone.
Hytale bosses. Let's see. Let's see if I can find anything on it. Okay, so here, possible boss mobs. It is currently unknown how many boss mobs will exist within Hytale or exactly what constitutes a boss in Hytale. Let's see. As of right now, possible boss mobs are Ice Dragon, Kraken, Sand Empress, Void Dragon, Void Spider, and a Yeti. Let's see. Hytale dungeons. And this is what I think is so interesting about Hytale, is that they're taking the block aspect and then they're adding the WoW aspect of dungeons. Let's see. What do they say?
Yeah.
Dungeons are part of the cave exploration system. At the moment, there are 5 types of dungeons: story dungeons, random dungeons, challenge dungeons, portal dungeons, and world dungeons. And then I guess Hytale in-game content, if there's any. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, let me just read the about the game. Let's see. What is Hytale? Embark on a journey of adventure and creativity. Hytale combines the scope of a sandbox with the depth of a role-playing game, immersing players in a procedurally generated world where teetering towers and deep dungeons promise rich rewards. Hytale supports everything from block-by-block construction to scripting and mini-game creation, delivered using easy-to-use and powerful tools. For adventurers, a quest for the ages. As you traverse each generated landscape, you will piece together the history of the world through handcrafted adventure scenarios. You might encounter a mage's tower overrun with monsters, descend into an underground cavern, or take on a colossal boss monster with a wide variety of scenarios available at launch. No two adventures will be the same. Choose your path. Hytale supports many different playstyles. Whether you think of yourself as a settler, adventurer, or a craftsperson, you have plenty to do as you advance through the story. Best of all, the adventure mode is fully playable in co-op. Gather a party of friends and combine your skills to leave a mark on the world together. Encounter dire foes. And there's a photo of of an ice dragon, which it actually looks sick. Anyways, the world of Hytale is host to creatures large and small, from scampering critters to powerful monsters. Each zone features its own unique wildlife, with dangerous creatures standing guard over the most powerful gear in the game. So there's powerful gear. Master the wilderness. Put down roots in any of the Hytale's beautiful biomes. Grow your own crops. Take care of your pets. Tame mounts. And set about building boats and other vehicles to help you explore. You have plenty of opportunities to be creative, whether you choose to build a cottage or a castle. Discover unique worlds. Experience moments of magic as our world generation technology creates spectacle on the fly. Rushing rivers carve tunnels through mountains, waterfalls tumble into ancient caverns, and bubbling hot springs promise respite from the perils of the wild. Then there's like mini games. We've been creating the most popular mini games around for over 5 years. Whether you're a current Hypixel player, a returning fan, or entirely new to the world of mini games, Hytale is designed to offer the best possible experience for both players and creators. There's competitive play, there's parental controls, There's customization in terms of your character, and there's also different like clothing options, so you can have cool looking gear. So yeah, that's basically it. And then it goes into like what is building the game and stuff like that. So I really do think that like it's going to be a game that you'll be able to play, Scotty, in terms of like there's going to be in-game content and stuff like that. Now, how long that lasts, I don't know. Even if you don't look at doing building aspect, though, I feel like if you start getting into like in-game content and you like get really good gear, you're gonna want to build something. You're gonna be like, damn, my gear doesn't match the shitty house I built. So you're gonna be like, I gotta build something a little better. But I think it definitely could be a lot of fun. I feel like I'm really excited for it. But I think that also comes with it's one of those games that's super. What's the word I'm looking for? Efficiency 4. It's one of those games that's like super bold. You know what I mean?
I suppose.
Because you're having to compete with WoW and Minecraft, and no one's been able to compete with WoW, and no one's come close to competing with WoW in terms of MMOs. No one's come close to competing with Minecraft in terms of sandbox, right? And so and then you're going to combine the two. So, which is what if you talk to, I feel like when you talk to a lot of people that play both WoW and Minecraft, they've been waiting for this combination. And even within like their respective game, like even within their respective game modes, like MMOs, people have been waiting for a new MMO that like takes the world by storm, right? And then within Minecraft, people that just play block games, they've been waiting for a block game that takes the world by storm like Minecraft did. So, I don't know. Dude, I've been waiting. Come on, please give me sharpness 5 right here. This is it. This is the moment. That's an emerald. Thank you, dog.
Did Amanda leave?
Yeah, she had to go shower, is what she said, and then had something else to do? No, I don't know. Sweeping Edge 3, once again. But welcome back.
Thank you.
Either some guy in my guild's gonna build me my entire build.
What?
He's gonna craft me my entire build for free.
Can you tell him your friend wants to pay him to craft stuff?
No.
No, damn. Oh my gosh.
Okay, can you tell him your acquaintance wants you to?
I don't have any acquaintances.
I don't know you anymore.
You didn't want to help me in my public dungeon. You don't get help.
Yeah, because I was in the middle of a meeting. Fuck off.
This guy's like, you want me to get fired?
I reached out into my guild and I'm like, hey, can anyone help me with this public dungeon? And some guy goes, you could be easily able to solo them at your level. I'm like, well, I'm pretty new to this game. I don't have any gear or anything. He's like, oh, let me craft it for you. What are you doing? I'm like,
wow, such nice people. What the hell?
Dude, the ESO community is nice.
Yeah, this is like a whole different environment compared to how WoW is.
There's not enough players on here, so we're just super nice to people.
I really like the ESO community just because it's there's
the ESO community has like 2 million daily people, Oscar. It's not that dead.
Ooh, that's a lot of players. Mending right there, power 5. Is this another power 5? It is.
Yeah, but actually, can you ask him if I could like pay him to craft stuff? Because I need a crafter.
He said, no, seriously though.
I do.
I don't know.
Rip
I do need a
What do
crafter.
I get out of it?
I mean, I literally made a fuck out of like 160 high-end food that I was gonna give to you, but
No, you didn't. Don't even try.
I actually did. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I feel like I'm asking too much. Cause maybe once he makes it for me, I'll ask him.
That's fine. I mean, I'm willing to pay him for it. And, like, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, I told him like I can pay you for it. You don't have to just use everything for me.
Nah, take advantage of it. He offered, you take it. Watch, he's gonna be like, yeah, so before I give this to you, I need 1 million gold.
I mean, honestly, depending on what level he crafts it to, like, if he crafts it to purple level, you just got an insane deal.
See what happens.
I have to imagine he'll do it to blue level and then...
Respiration 3 would be so nice! I hate this, dude.
Good, bro?
You should easily be able to solo it at your level.
I'm losing my freaking mind over here. Because I need sharpness for my sword, but respiration is super crucial for my build later on. And respiration 3 for 12 emeralds is such a good deal that I don't think I can pass it up.
I have to farm a dungeon for my Hollow Fang stuff too.
Okay,
The dungeon for one of my sets as well.
I'm taking respiration 3.
Moongrave Fane is where I have
What
to
is
farm.
he getting you? Mother Sorrow plus, like... Is he just getting you a Mother Sorrow set, or what is he
Yeah,
building you?
he's only able to give me Mother Sorrow.
Oh, that's fine then. I mean... I still need my shit upgraded.
Alright, I need that. This is a level 2.
Because he told me that Ice Heart and Hollow Fang are all bind on pickup.
Oh.
I should
Nice.
really work on... Okay, let's leave this place.
Well, you should check to see if most of your stuff is bind on pickup, because then he can't make it.
I know 2 out of my 3 sets are, and one of my sets I have already. Like, the one that's easy to get, I got already. I need to upgrade my gear. Is my problem. So I need to
You're a
upgrade.
badass, right?
I bought all my gear for like 15k.
I don't know what that feels like. I've played 10 minutes of that game.
It was not a hard thing.
Okay.
I got it in like an hour.
Ah, okay.
And for an MMO, that's fucking quick as shit.
Yeah. God,
And then
the only thing I can compare it to is like RuneScape money, and I'm like, that's not that much money, so I don't know what
No,
that...
it's not.
Okay, cool.
Scott, did you hit 160?
Yeah, I've been 160 for a while.
Guys, Monday is Heather's birthday, and I don't know what to do for dinner for her.
Eat her out.
That's dessert.
Okay. All right. Prior to that step, where do we actually eat food?
I mean, I don't know good restaurants in your area. If you were near me, I would have some recommendation.
The only problem is like her taste buds are all over the place.
Is she pregnant?
Just
Yeah.
give her a pickle on a stick.
I could give her a what?
Pickle on a stick.
It's apparently a big thing at Ren Fair, since I know the guy that runs the fucking pickle on a stick stand.
Oh wow. I don't think I've ever had a pickle on a stick. That doesn't sound like...
I have to imagine, I haven't either, I have to imagine you're not missing much.
Yeah, what's the difference?
It's literally just a giant pickle on a stick.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy.
Okay.
Like, just imagine a normal pickle.
Why the hell wouldn't I just go buy a normal pickle? I don't get it, whatever.
Because you're at the Ren Fair.
I don't
Yeah, you have to run fair. That's what the medieval people used to eat. They couldn't buy it just randomly. They
They
found
used
them
to
on
eat sticks.
Their pickles grew on sticks, and that's
Dude,
how
just,
they
yeah, just imagine. Jeffrey, hurry! What is it?
What other sets do you need?
I found a pickle on a stick.
3 sets, it looks like.
Fuck, I guess I need to go.
Fang, Mother's Sorrow, and Ice Heart.
Oh, you're doing Ice Heart? Ice Heart's
Yeah.
decent. I don't know the second set you said.
Hollow Fang.
Yeah.
Oh, dadgummit.
I need to go get the Zon set, which is gonna be a fucking bitch. I hate farming that set.
I need to make an Ender, and I don't want to yet.
Scotty, I'm probably gonna have to steal you for farming my set.
Why?
Because clearing the dungeon is fucking hard.
I'm gonna steal you to farm
mean-
my set.
I kind of figured that's what would end up happening. Because, like, farming the high tier sets are hard.
Okay, so I need to put mending on this as well. Do I have a mending? I didn't buy a mending. Am I stupid or dumb? Which one is it?
Scotty, how much money do you have?
70k?
What did you spend money on?
Nothing.
Oh, dude, my inventory is so gross looking. It's stressing me out. Actually, I need all this because I need to make more books. We need a bunch of mending books.
Because, like, once you start doing the higher level dungeons, you might want to start keeping your food buff up.
I'm gonna put all of this away. My armor can stay here as well. This can stay here.
Oh, did you find the thief, Mundus?
I didn't go to it, but I looked it up.
Don't need that.
And like, what are your stats right now? What's like your magic HP?
My magicka is 30k. My HP is 24k.
It's not bad.
All right.
Oh, you probably have the health stone Mundus there, right?
Yeah, the ward one.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like 21. That's still not bad.
21.
Oh
okay.
my god, he actually just sent me all purple Mother Sorrow.
Fuck you. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
he
that's a
said-
good thing.
Oh
Yeah.
My god.
Yeah, that's nuts. He can use that for the entire rest of the game.
Oh wow. Good for you, Scotty.
Hi team, I heard that Danfoss training has been completed. Yeah, no, I'm busy right now. Fuck right off.
Dude, it's only 2:30. What the hell?
Yeah, I feel like time is going really fast, and then it stopped going
Yeah.
fast.
We had about 2 hours of deep conversation, and then it just flatlined, and now it's like.
Is Mandy just like this raging feminist?
Yeah.
See, her, it's not an issue, but like she never has had people to challenge her, and she said to me she lives in such a bubble that she appreciates when people actually have conversations with her like this, because she generally feels like anything she says is offending people. So like if you listen to the way she talks, I kind of feel
noticed that.
bad for her, because like she has to preface
She's
everything.
tiptoey.
Yeah, like she brought the thing with racism and how it's bad, and then she started shitting on men. And I'm like, so let me ask you a question. So the way that you talk about hating all men, which is a pretty common saying, but you say it's an individual thing, would you apply that same logic where maybe there's an individual from a certain race that has done you wrong in your
I had, like,
lifetime?
2 or 3 arguments that I was literally holding back because I don't know her like that yet to just like come at her.
Yeah. It sounds like very much I like equality when it benefits me, but not when it
Yeah,
doesn't
it
benefit
seems
me.
like a very weird argument structure to me.
But I would never like just say that to her because it doesn't accomplish anything, and I know she doesn't mean it like that. Like everything she says, she generally thinks it's for the betterment of society and for women. But
I mean, it was interesting too, though, because she was kind of at like a turning point with the whole, oh, it's super nice when I make more money when I wear like this super low cut shirt.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's nice when men in a capitalist society make women benefit.
I had to hold my tongue when you started talking about the what racism were you talking about? When it was something about someone like calling them monkeys and then like making monkey noises. I almost burst out laughing. I almost lost my shit. But I was like, dude, I'm gonna piss her off if I start laughing. But like for me, who is half black and has dealt with like who was called porch monkey and shit like that in school,
Right.
like that shit. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like the term, but like when someone comes up with something creative, I'm like, you know what, I respect that. Damn good job. That's the you came up with one I haven't heard in a long time, and you just saying that they were sitting there making monkey noises almost sent me over the fucking moon. I almost lost my shit because I was like, damn, dude, that's tough. I'd be so hot. I would be pissed. But some people, I don't know. I think I definitely have a dark humor because of that. Like having to deal with dealing with racism and things like that, which is one thing that I think a lot of people don't understand is like racism is not cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, you kind of develop this tough skin and this kind of dark humor because you're like, well, there's no other way of me. Like, it's very difficult to cope with, and so you're just like, fuck it, whatever, man. I'm gonna laugh. If nothing else, I'm gonna make you feel awkward because you're like, why isn't this person upset? Like, I'm gonna laugh about it. So. But I wanted to say something, but I was like, I better wait till.
That's actually interesting, though, that you said that she feels like she's never challenged on her beliefs, because I kind of got that impression.
Yeah,
That it's like,
when she talks to me, I've made it clear, I'm like, if you feel like I've ever stepped over a line, let me know, just because I'm kind of curious. But like most of the stuff I've talked to her about, she's like, honestly, like she's never heard more. I don't even know what the fuck you'd call me. I guess generally more conservative, but more, I would say libertarian than anything. Because like my big thing when any idea is discussed, probably within the last year, is being careful with how much power you give the government to solve a problem, just because I've seen how badly some places have dealt with that and like what can happen because of it. I'm not saying like in terms of a socialist society, if you could set it the way you want, there wouldn't be benefits to it. But like it's almost like one of those things where it's like, yeah, with capitalist companies, if they do a, let's say, Black Lives Matter ad during Black History Month, are you gonna now support them because like you like their messaging? Like, if people have the right messaging, will you support no matter what they do? Because it's like I feel like the government will say whatever they want and then do the opposite. So it's like they might run on the, hey, we think this is a good idea, and then if they're not challenged on it or they don't have to follow through, boom.
Yeah, I guess I see a lot of value in challenging people, and I also noticed that I was very much holding back on some of my challenges with her.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't talk to her enough to have these in-depth conversations, but I would literally challenge her on everything. Like honestly, too, like I kind of like seeing her squirm a little bit. And I would just sit there and be
very
like, why?
amusing.
I'd be like, why? Why do you think that? Why do you think that's the case? Why? And just kind of see where her thought process goes.
And also that's one of the topics, like religion and politics, where like some people get very, 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 very upset and invested.
I would argue fundamentalist Christians and raging feminists have these same responses whenever you attack their worldview.
Yeah, it's tapping into the exact same like psychological feature or something.
You're attacking their livelihood, and they feel threatened because they're not used to this confrontation.
Which that was another one of my issues with religion, is people tended to take it like they made it such an ingrained part of their identity that when I said something, they would just fucking freak out.
Yeah.
That's wrong. What are you talking about?
Like, you're not gonna freak out if I'm like, hey, nice car, but wow, that color looks like fucking urine. Why didn't you get it in black instead?
I think Scotty said it best. Like, honestly, the best way, if you are a Christian, you're trying to, like, let's say, hypothetically reach people, it's the relationship you build with them that is important, whether or not they view you and your values as an individual. And if you can't grow that relationship, it's always going to feel like a transaction.
I mean, if you look at the Christian faith, like if you just take a step back and look at the Christian faith, it's entirely about building relationships.
Yeah.
It's all it's ever been about, is having a relationship with God, and then sharing that experience with others, so that in turn they have a relationship with God. That's literally what it's about. And so it's interesting that people get so hell bent on, like they lose focus on that aspect of it, and they're just like, no, this is what is said, and this is what's said. When ultimately it's like, no, build the relationship first with individuals, and then from there, if they're open to the idea of Christianity or whatever religion, whatever faith, then from there, share.
I've gone farther in like understanding Christianity in the past 2 weeks than I have in years, because most Christians that I come into contact with are so aggressive that I'm like, look, fuck you, leave me alone.
Of course. And rightfully so, because it pisses me off as a Christian. I'm like, why are you doing that? It's so irritating. Like, I hate when someone says that no one wants to be forced to do anything.
So you know how I had you take that test, or you wanted to take the test on like the spiritual gifts and kind of like where people align. So there's one of them that is what's the word? Where evangelism, where like you're very good at like sharing the word or like getting people to like see Christ, or at least
Friends are like that as well.
give it a chance and stuff. That is definitely one of those things where there's some Christians you'll meet where they are really good at doing that, where it comes across natural and it doesn't feel forced. But then you have a whole group of Christians who feel like they need to be doing that, and they end up being just shitty cold call people for Christianity.
Yep.
Right.
And it almost has like the
I would have
negative
fucking
effect.
people show up to my door when I lived in like Zurich, and they'd be like, oh, have you heard the word of door slam? Like, I didn't invite you here.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. Leave me alone.
Sir, have you been vaccinated yet? Would you like to have information?
I had a friend, a really close friend, who's actually going on. He and his wife and his 2 kids they left yesterday to go to Thailand to become missionaries there, right? And about 2 years ago, I joined their class called Rooted, and I told them the first day that I got there, I was like, I have issues with being a Christian because I walk into church and I see how fake everyone is, and it drives me insane. And I told them, I was like, from the jump, I was like, I'm not going to talk in here. You're not going to get words out of me. I'm here because my wife wanted me to be here, and she didn't give me the option to not be here, which is one of the few.
Not comfortable here.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not comfortable. I don't know you guys. I'm not going to talk to you guys. And Jake and Mimi are their names, and Jake is one of those people who just knows how to build relationships with people. He is just insanely good at building relationships with people. And I remember going through this entire class. It was like a 3-month process, and went through this entire class. And at the end, I remember we went up to church and went to our youth group, and we kind of had we didn't go to our youth group. We went to where the youth group is held. We went and had this like kind of end of year rooted kind of meeting, because our class wasn't the only class. There was like 5 or 6 different classes. There were just a bunch of small groups. And I remember standing up and going up to the front and talking about my experience, and it had nothing to do with my faith. It had nothing to do did my faith in God grow? Did I learn a lot? Absolutely. But I remember going up there and I was just like, this is the first time that I've been involved in a group church setting and felt like I had developed lifelong friends and developed a family. And I remember just bursting out in tears. And that for me was the first time that I felt like I experienced what it truly meant to be a man of faith. And I would like that feeling. It's hard to put into words what that's like. And obviously I eventually, within like 2 or 3 weeks of going to that class, you couldn't get me to shut up, right? And I think that is what most people are so searching for, is just connection and feeling a part of something that they believe in. And it's so difficult to find that, at least in our society, or at least that's how I feel, for whatever reason,
Just to like piggyback off that too, I kind of assumed that I was an introvert my entire life just because I didn't enjoy talking to most people.
Right.
And hey, it turns out when I enjoy the conversation, like I'll actually talk.
Right.
And I feel like that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And because I was the kid that would go to like church camp, they'd like, hey, do you want to pray? No. Why would I want to do that? You're the leader. You pray, And
pray enough for both of us.
Yeah. And so, am I like, I don't like the term introvert. I like the term of like reserved, right? Like, it's not that I don't want to talk. I love talking. And I think most people that know me really well or I consider friends would be like, yeah, no, Oscar doesn't shut up. But it's like, I'm going to spend a little bit of time to hear you out. And if I don't like the way that you present conversations, I'm not going to talk. I have nothing to say to you.
Comfort for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a comfort thing. And I think when it comes to major topics of, religion, politics, finances, the state of your country, racism, feminism, is there such a thing as like maleism? Like when it comes to those topics, people are like, I just don't know how to hold a conversation, so I'm not going to talk, Yeah,
they just kind of give up.
Yeah, and then you have the polar opposite of where they're just like, no, fuck you, you're wrong. You're like, well, that's not a conversation. That's you telling me what you think and then just not being open to hear what I think.
Yeah, which is something that I have basically like a zero tolerance policy for.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're going to do that, I don't really give a flying fuck who you are. Even if, like, you're my parent or something,
Yeah.
I'll just stop talking to you. Like,
Or even if you like agree with it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's through social media though? Like, do you think that's because like it's like a score of points thing that like it's become so reactionary?
I mean, I don't engage with social media at all, basically, and I still see quite a bit of that.
I think the problem with social media is that people get away with saying whatever they want to without any like repercussions, I guess.
Well, they don't even have to identify themselves if they don't want to. Like, you can literally just be Scooter Man on League and just telling some kid to go kill himself, and what are they gonna do?
Yeah. You just wake up one day, you're like, no, fuck you, and you're like, wait, what? Who?
Emotion that makes me not a vampire or a stage 4 vampire, because I can't sell shit.
You should be able to buy some ad traders. I don't know what it's called.
I'm waiting for this guy to restock. I think if I leave and come back, he'll restock. But there's another village over here.
Like, I would just go to some of the, like, player traders. Buy probably, like...
Kill yourself, kid.
Chat. Who's talking shit in your chat right now?
No, I don't know, but you better watch his fucking ass.
I might give him.
I don't want to have to put a dent in his head.
That would fucking suck.
No. Ah, dude. I love it.
What the
Okay, we got a bunch of villagers over here. It's time to go to work. Dude, you know what's crazy? Yesterday, actually, I had a practice yesterday, right? And, who's going to turn into...
What?
He put his pen back on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, who's going to turn into a librarian?
Did you do that?
Who is it? Come on, one of y'all do it. I had a train of thought and I totally forgot what I was going to say, so...
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's bad. I don't know what I was going to say, so... A leather tunic? You can dye leather tunic. You can make leather tunics? Oh, yeah. What you got for me? Punch one. Okay, and with that, we are breaking this. Okay, I'm done messing with villagers for the day. I'm going to look up a guide on how to build an ender farm, and we're going to start doing that. Right? Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. I don't fucking know what I want to do.
Alright,
Yeah.
Kirby.
Alright. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to make an ender farm. That's important. I need those levels so that I can make the gear that I need in order to...
My computer is fucking flipping shit, so I'm just gonna restart it.
You hate to see it.
I hate to see it. Especially since it's one of the troll macros I made and I forgot to unbind.
Is it more important to make an ender farm or an actual mob farm? Oh, God bless.
XPOP.
Steve, I know you say you're not on social media, but have you ever seen like those news parody accounts?
Hold on. I'm literally restarting my computer right now. Fucking work, computer.
Alright. Let's make a bunch of these. Wow, I used up a lot of emeralds. That's insane, actually. What the hell? I mean, I still have a lot of emeralds left, but... Okay. We got a lot of books. Set this in here. Meow. Respiration, mending.
Steven, do different guild traders have different stocks? Or is it all just this is going to be the same?
He's restarting his computer.
Oh.
Can I put mending on? What was I gonna put mending on? My sword? Alright. Let's look up a mob farm. YouTube. I spelled YouTube wrong, whatever.
It costs 11K. I just want one. I don't want 54 of them.
1.17 Minecraft mob. Is it Mob Grinder? I think it's Mob Grinder, right? I don't care about the XP, actually.
I'll grind her.
I'll grind her. Mob. I need items. $10,000 items plus per hour. I need to see.
Do you need to see?
Yeah, I'm trying to think out loud. You just threw me off.
You
New
don't need
mind.
to see for shit, Oscar.
I don't.
No. Stay blind.
Do I actually need all the items, or do I just need a creeper farm? I just need a creeper farm, don't I? Yeah. Okay. Which means that I need to breed a bunch of cats. So let's start working on that. Wait, where are my fish? Okay, there they go. Okay, let's get our kitties up. Come here, kitty. You follow me? Okay, you do. Okay, bet. Oh, bet. Oh, make a little kitty cat. Alright, sweet. We got a little kitty cat. So the question is, do you grow if I feed you? Okay. That is fantastic. You can sit. You can sit. You can sit. Let's grab this kitty cat. This Meowth.
Dude, that is so cool. So, there for my marketing major, we had like our, I forget what they call them, but like the class you have to take to graduate for your major, like your capstone. And we had to do like a marketing project for a company. And the group I was in, no one wanted to like volunteer theirs, so I was gonna do like my company. But I ended up doing a company that this guy had an internship, and then I ended up getting a job from called Geneva Supply. And so it seemed like a really cool company when we like researched it, and we did like a lot of work for it, and the dude got like rewarded for it. We had to bring in their manager to like come listen to our report, and if we didn't do that, we automatically got like 15% off. And since COVID, ended up going to online, so we didn't have to bring him to the classroom. And this dude was just all around vibes. He looked like 5 years older than us, like he graduated from Whitewater too, and just was like a super chill person. He was like the marketing manager there, and then the person on our team worked for him. And then on top of that, we literally just had someone else that was in our class get a job there working on that same team. So it's like half my marketing group is now in the same job position at this company.
That's interesting. That's crazy how it all works out. Okay. I need 2 hoppers. 1, 2. We can put that in the chest. We need 2 campfires. Wait, how do I make campfires? Is it just sticks?
You're a stick.
Damn, dog, why so aggressive?
Shut up.
Bet, no problem. I don't want no smoke.
Oh, I think you want the smoke.
Trust me. Look, I don't smoke anyways, so...
Yeah, you do. You do edibles.
That's not smoking.
It's smoking.
It's not smoking. What?
Smoking. You're a big fat smoker.
Oh, that hurts.
He's a big old druggie.
Ouch, dog.
Oscar Douglas is a druggie.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you are.
That's what I said, ain't it? Alright, we need 2 campfires. 2 campfires. 32 glass blocks? Is this guy joking? Like, what? I have 2. Alright, let's throw this in here and get that going. Scaffolding 135. How close is a jungle? Jungle finder. Yeah, I got a biome finder. We're all good. Enter the seed of your world. Okay.
Very
Soups.
quiet.
Yeah, 'cause you're back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alright. Biome swamp. Eroded badlands.
Is he cutting in and out for anyone else?
Me?
Yes.
Sorry. Forest. Filter biome. Jungle.
Shit. Oh shit.
Scotty,
What?
did you make BFFs with that
The-
crafter for me?
No, I didn't.
Thanks.
Fuck. So, you know how I said that like the group I worked in, how the manager we like did like work with, how I was just looking at LinkedIn and how I saw that they hired someone who was like in the other group but in our class. Literally, I clicked on his profile and forgot that they can see when you click on their profile, and he just invited me to connect.
Negative 1,000. Negative.
who?
What?
Reed, who were you talking about?
So in my
I doubt.
marketing major, the capstone class I was in, we had a group project where we had to use either an internship we had or like a company that we wanted to go to, and do like a marketing report for them, and then get like one of their managers to come in and hear it. And if we couldn't get the manager to come in, we'd lose like 15% of the grade.
Seriously?
Yeah. So she was really strict about it, but then COVID happened, so it became like an online thing where they didn't actually have to come,
What's north
but they
of
still
me?
showed up in the call. So we ended up doing a company called Geneva Supply, and it was a really interesting company, and it seemed like a really fun like work environment. And so one of the guys in our team
It's this direction.
ended up working there after his internship and got a full-time job. And then the manager who like came in to listen to us on Skype was super chill and seemed like a really cool guy to work with, and he was the manager. And then he's also like good friends with like the CEO of the company, and they all like the CEO and this manager just hired someone who was in my class, but like actively was like watching the project. So 2 people in my class now work for this company that this dude came in for, and I just like liked the comment of this girl getting hired there, and the CEO literally just connected with me on LinkedIn.
See,
So,
new job opportunity. Let's go.
Shit, maybe.
You're a Billy Badass. Did you know that?
No.
No? Okay.
Don't speak ever again, Oscar.
Sir, yes, sir!
Only speak when spoken to.
That's what you say, just like a women.
I'm not spending 11k
Ouch.
gold to buy this stupid vampire potion, man.
Is it for one?
It's for 54 of them. I can't split it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
What do you mean that's fine?
If you're gonna be a vampire the entire time, you're gonna get value out of that. I would buy that.
Alright. Fine.
11k gold is not that much, actually.
I feel broke now.
You are broke. I am too. It's great.
At least I don't have to buy all my gear.
Yeah?
Dude, that's so big for you, honestly.
Dude, I'm so mad. I just bought it, and then the guy who made all my gear just sent me 4 potions.
That's fine. You're gonna need a lot more than 4.
Well, now I have 58, so...
57 after you use one.
Dude, I'm literally about to execute you.
What, with the Blade of Woe? My NPC?
You might as well be one. Wait, did that just consume 4 of them? Where did... What the fuck?
Alright. Boys, there is one piece of bamboo here, and guess who's collecting it? Daddy. Yeah, speak to me. Go ahead, say it. Daddy. I'm sorry. I am...
What are you on? Where can I get some?
yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm just vibing, bruh. Just fucking vibing, bruh.
Steven. So I know you said you're not on social media much, but have you ever heard of like
These nuts?
like what would you call it? It's like fake news spaces for like different politics. So there's one called like the Babylon Bee. It's essentially like fake headline titles of something that sounds like it could potentially be realistic.
Sounds like the Onion type shit.
Yeah, it's literally the more conservative version of the Onion. So the Babylon Bee. So you know how like even like in this call and stuff when Amanda was in here, how like she was very much bashing white people and like was guilty with like white conscience and all that stuff she was saying. There's a picture of MLK with like his hands up, and it says far right extremists suggest treating people of all races equally. Let me read what the thing says. A dangerous far-right extremist has suggested that we treat people of all races equally. Shocked and horrified sources confirmed Friday. The hateful bigot has been canceled for his controversial comments that people should be treated with respect no matter their skin color. And I quotes him, "I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character," said the dangerous alt-right extremist, according to sources. "I have a dream that one day little black boys and girls will be holding hands with little white boys and girls." The offensive comments were platformed at large protests and marches, and everyone associated with the problematic racist has also been canceled. And then someone says, "I mean, this is literally Nazism," said one progressive Twitter user. "You might as well have grown out a little mustache and invaded Russia." We are scarring his old Facebook photos for swastikas and racial slurs as we speak. I'm sure there's a ton of hateful stuff there.
This may be a stupid question. Did Hitler actually invade Russia? Or did he attempt to?
And well, I mean, he tried and failed and probably lost World War II because of it.
Has anyone ever successfully invaded Russia?
Kind of.
Yeah, me.
I mean, Russia's big enough that no one has successfully taken over all of it.
Right. But it's usually like because they try and invade during the winter, right? And they just like highly underestimate how ruthless their winters are.
I think the Mongols got some amount, but
okay. All right.
That's all that I can think of.
Well, thank you for answering that question.
Whoa,
Whoa, you better cut that shit out, Reed. I'll be on my first flight to fucking Wisconsin, all right?
In the middle of winter.
I'm gonna slap you with a roll of fucking cheese.
Do it.
I don't know, isn't Wisconsin known for their cheese?
Yeah. You get it right from the cow.
Dude, it's so weird now too with society how everyone is like so worried about offending each other over anything.
Soft ass society.
It's all made up. It's literally all made up too. Like, it's literally just it's social concept and a construct that you can destroy at any point in time by just having a normal conversation with someone off of social media.
Yep.
Like, probably Amanda's the furthest left person I know personally, and I can talk to her just fine. So that should go
it's nice to see someone that's not like a raging fucking capitalist for once.
Raging capitalist.
Technically, I can't hate on the 1%. I do own one stock of AT&T, so I kind of have some leeway.
You have no idea how hard I wanted to tell Amanda. Be like, yeah, I own one stock of Starbucks because I gotta cash in on all those white girls getting their cups of coffee.
Fuck yeah. What? I would be upset if you didn't.
Hold on. Did white girls culturally appropriate coffee? The fuck?
Starbucks.
What the hell?
Can I just say that I feel like
systematic racism when it comes to coffee?
I feel like Dutch Bros is better than Starbucks. By the way, I just want to throw that out there.
I've never heard of Dutch Bros.
I know it's in like Arizona, right?
What are you doing, Dutch Bro?
Hello.
Fucking god.
No, imagine. Be like,
so who we contacted doesn't do it. We have an appointment on Monday with McGavick.
Dude,
Nissan, because they're the only Nissan.
I wish she was in here more because she honestly seems very interesting to like.
Yeah, the
Like you could just suddenly mess with her and get her to freak out.
because of how bad their
Yes.
transmissions.
And
typically
maybe
are,
that makes
so.
me a bad person for thinking that that's funny.
I had a 2-hour conversation.
No, I haven't
that
touched
started with
anything.
Her assuming, I think I said this too. Her
Yeah, I
assuming
said
that
We
Okay.
haven't been driving it. No one's
Actually,
touched the car. No one's driven the car.
Dude,
in
Asians in like a
over
negative
week.
light are like, I only view them as a sex object or some shit.
Yeah, I remember you said
How the
that.
fuck did we get the
Yeah, that's when we
literally,
first
like, I
found
went through
out
stupid
that there was something
stances
wrong. And as soon as
just
I
for the
drove
sole
it to
fact
Reese,
that then I
and
get to have a
when I was coming
conversation
back, it started
afterwards,
acting
where
up,
she's
and so
like,
I parked
"Oh my
it, was
god, I
like,
can't
hey,
believe
we
you
can't
blah blah
drive
blah
it.
blah blah."
Yeah,
So-
I don't think I've ever said like, I think this. Every
Yeah.
time I'm like, hypothetically, what happens if someone said this? What would your counter to this be? Like the 77 cents on the dollar. That's literally like.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I don't like having to do that too. Like,
I'll look it up and I'll see
instead
if I
of
can
you
go
being
get
like,
some,
yeah, I
and
think
I'll
this, I
top
think
it
that.
off.
It's like, oh, well, hypothetically, in this one situation, if blah, 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 blah.
The
Like, can you just
Well,
say what you think?
the thing I said though with the 77 cents on the dollar, it's funny, but like true at the same time because it's like if women are getting paid 77 cents on the dollar because of that in a certain area, why
Right,
wouldn't
yeah.
they just hire all women if they're so hungry for profits and stuff?
Yeah.
And she's
All right, yeah, I'll look up
I've
what
never
type of
heard that
food
before.
it
That's a
takes
really
and
good point.
see if we can see if I can
Yeah,
grab some.
that's what I like about her, though. That she'll like at least entertain the idea that she might be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find her to be particularly interesting to talk to.
Okay.
Oh, she's a fantastic. She is a very opinionated, but also at the same time, like we'll just sit there
Yeah.
and be like, I
Okay.
contemplate everything.
I will.
I'll
I
just
mean,
have the
I'm
conversation.
here on the computer.
I
so I'll
like
make sure to
people
look
that
it
are
up.
really
See
opinionated
if I
when
can
they're
find
able to have like legit conversations about their opinions. Like that's
Yeah, she's
don't
she's
know,
laying
quite-
down
quite
right now,
fun for me.
trying to sleep as much as she can. She hasn't slept well the past few days. Yeah, really, really exciting.
and then there's
I
Scotty.
go
And
back.
the only
Well, she
opinion
goes
that I
back
know about
Wednesday. I
him is
won't
that
be
he
in
doesn't want me
town,
to have
so
good
she's
gear
gonna
in
call me on
ESO.
FaceTime.
Holy
But
shit,
yeah, doctor
my
said everything
damage
is.
like out of this world now.
Yep.
You're just gonna be infinitely better than me now. I might as well not even play.
Alright, cool.
Scotty's perpetuating the system that's holding you down in that game. I think you should storm his version of the Capitol, whatever that is.
I should sue him.
I wonder if you can sue off of like video games and literally like take some to court over a video game. Like we made some contract in the video game, like you wrote on a Minecraft book a binding contract that you get X amount of land or like some shit.
Scotty, can you ask him if he can make wait, did you get Mother Sorrow?
Hello.
I got
Nope, all good.
your starting gear.
I need Mother Sorrow
Armor.
too.
Yeah, I have a basketball tournament in Vegas, so I'll be out of town next week. So they're gonna
That's
FaceTime
fucking
me,
hilarious.
during the
It says
ultrasound
pretty
to see
easy to farm almost
the
sorrow. Just
heartbeat.
getting this undaunted pledge thing and farm chests.
Because
Just,
we
I
were
don't want it's the
Yeah.
upgrading that I
so
can't
really
do.
excited about it. But yeah, everything came back
I
good.
don't have the character for it.
You know what light attack weaving is?
Yeah.
He told me about it. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's
I don't
basically
know. Heather and
like
I haven't really
light attack
talked about
ability,
it,
light attack ability.
quite yet. So I don't know if she
I mean,
wants
I
to
can
know.
stream and very easily demonstrate it to you at some point.
He
That's
said
a
that
big-
it's a light
Yeah.
attack cancel that you do an ability and it cancels it, but it still does the light attack damage.
Oh, it cut out. Tom? Yeah.
Even. What do you think would happen, like, hypothetically? Let's say
Yeah,
the craziest thing
that makes
will
sense.
happen where, like, they do, let's say, these audits, and I don't know what states Trump wants
Right.
where they're trying to do audits on,
Right.
but they're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
there was actually a shit ton of voter fraud here, and Trump actually did win. What the fuck do you think would happen to our society if that was the case?
I can tell you right fucking now, I would move. I would move to Canada or somewhere in Europe, Portugal,
Yeah.
fucking Australia, and
Yeah.
never ever ever follow the US news ever again.
Hear me
You're
out, hear me out.
overdramatic.
If that did happen,
I'm
I
not kidding, I would
propose-
actually move.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the best idea though with it. I propose that if Trump does get reinstated, if that's the case, we do not remove.
Okay, well, I'll bring that up with Heather and see. We're gonna have a gender reveal at some point. I know that.
They
I
have
just
to,
don't
like,
know when.
roll
Yeah, because we
the
haven't
US.
talked about that yet. So.
Sorry, Joe, we're not doing that. No.
Nah, no, not at all. I'm sure
Dude,
Heather has
watching
something
Trump
pretty
is so fucking cringe.
extravagant thought up. So.
Like,
It was so cringe, but it was also so funny at the same time.
I literally, like, I had to stop following
Yeah,
politics because
So,
I'm like, I can't fucking deal with this guy.
I'll definitely talk to Heather and see what's going on in her head, what she's thinking, because I'm sure she wants to do something pretty cool.
Literally, and
I mean, I
that
would like
right
to do
there
something
is the
pretty
modern
cool.
day
So,
demonstration of how Hitler was able to
I'll
just
talk to
kind
her
of
and see
roll up
where
and
she,
do
where her
whatever
head,
the fuck he
where her
wants.
head is at, you know?
Because people like charisma, and as much as I dislike Trump,
Right,
like,
right.
he's certainly good at creating a cult
No, it's
around
exciting
him.
times. So.
How do you think Trump would do on Tinder if he had like a Tinder?
Fantastic. He's money.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. 100%.
The real Donald Trump. Everyone's swiping on him.
No, I'm sure he would get like all the
Right.
bitches.
I agree. So,
I wonder.
we're just
I
trying to
wonder
take.
if you like.
We're really, really excited right now
Exclusively, like,
because this is
swipe
the best
on
news that we've
stream
had
on
since we
Tuesday
started trying.
if
So
any of them would accept.
I'm really, really happy. Heather's really, really happy. And then just trying to remain positive and just take it a day at a time, you know.
Extreme leftist chicks.
All right, sounds good.
Spies him the most.
Bye.
So what exactly about Amanda makes you say that she's like the most radical left person you know?
Yeah, I use radical. I think I said the most far left.
Far
person
left,
I know.
sure. I mean,
I guess in terms of if you're looking at like let's say a left-right scale in general, the way I view a left-right scale is essentially you have like the middle in between like the two parties where people either aren't committed or like they're kind of falling in between whether through social or policies in that area. And then you have your more conservative viewpoints that would move you more right, and your more liberal viewpoints that would move you more left. And then kind of off of that, I would include like the far right as people who, let's say, view Trump as like their Lord and Savior and want literal, I don't know what a good fucking definition is.
yeah, I mean, they want like a
Come
Trump
back.
dynasty, basically.
Yeah, and then I would say the furthest left. I don't necessarily have a good version of the furthest left. It's kind of like you know it when you see it. Like I guess the stereotype of like the purple hair and.
I mean, in the U.S., the current farthest left is Bernie,
Yeah, but I guess I view.
or like AOC or
politician-
something.
I view politicians different than the voting bases, if that makes sense. Like the politicians, I view on a scale that like you can see off like the voting record and stuff. But like with people who like vote for people or would talk about politics in general, that's how I kind of view things. And I would say if you're someone who doesn't want capitalism, you are not going to be on kind of that normal left to right scale to a certain extent, right? You would just not be included, or you'd be further left, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, where do I fall on this scale of yours?
I don't know. It's hard to peg you because again, most people that you talk to a lot, like opinions change or like you talk about a topic and you don't have like a direct stance. You talk about like what you think would be best and like where that brings you. I would say definitely you're not necessarily like opposed to capitalism. You're opposed to the capitalism as it currently sits in society. And I think you would be someone who would potentially be in favor of taking the current system we have and trying to like make it molded into a government that more fits the needs of the people struggling.
Yeah, I mean, capitalism is a great model of economic organization. I just don't think it does that much for the people right now.
Yeah, but like in terms of like, I guess I put it this way: in terms of like social issues, if you talk to Amanda enough, in terms of a scale where you are compared to Amanda, she would feel like she's getting attacked by you from the right. Like you would be further right on that scale than she would be, just by having conversation. Like you would feel she'd get a little offended.
By entertaining ideas.
Yeah, by entertaining ideas. But I don't know. I think there's certain things people vote for in general. So as much as we use like a left-right scale, or people say I'm liberal, I'm conservative, I'm this, I'm that. Like I think mainly it's just certain issues people tend to vote for.
Yeah, the single issue voters, my favorite.
not necessarily even single issue voters. You have people who will just value certain things way more than others, and maybe don't have an interest in certain topics because they know nothing about it. But it's like, but then, how about this? If there was, like, let's say, a conservative that was running who you didn't agree with their policies, but it seemed like they're a very relatively genuine person. They seemed relatively nice, compared to someone who maybe, let's say, was running on a more progressive ticket, and they, let's say, wanted to fight climate change, but they literally were saying we're going to nuke every single country in the world. In a case like that, what individual would you go for? That's a dumb thing to say.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to phrase that.
It's like someone who might be like the best person in the world, but policies you don't agree with, or like potentially the worst person in the world who do the worst things, but they agree with one area.
See, it's unfortunate that you chose climate change as your example, because I'm very close to just saying fuck everything and considering only people's stance on climate change, because I think that issue is vastly more important than almost everything else combined.
I hit it right on the head then.
Yeah.
You don't think our Earth is doing well?
No, actually. No,
It's-
What do you mean?
Yeah, our planet is
Better than
fucked, dude.
Fucking America.
The food's coming out, the ocean's on fire.
I respect people's opinion, but when someone's like, "No, it's not real," I'm like, "Hold
Dude,
on now,
it's not-
cuz. Hold on,
I
bro."
can understand flat earthers, because like they can hide in this tiny ass little bubble and just pretend reality doesn't exist, but you can't really pretend reality doesn't exist when it comes to climate change.
My friend's wife has an aunt that's a flat earther, and he was like, "I've never actually met one," and he's like, "They are completely different."
Oh, I'm sure.
What's the talking point for people who don't believe in climate change? Because I've heard the one where it's they believe it, but they don't feel like it's man-made to the extent people are pushing it's man-made. But I haven't heard like a genuine, I don't believe climate change exists. If that's the case, I feel like it's just lack of knowledge that they have.
Right, it's literally just they're uneducated and refuse to learn, basically.
I think Candace Owens did that on Joe Rogan's podcast once. He's like, "How are your thoughts on like climate change?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "No, what?" She's like, "I don't believe in it." That the climate's changing? Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, no, like that's one of the issues where I'm just like, if you don't believe in climate change, you're probably just a moron. As much as I hate to just like blanket statement an entire group of people, like something's wrong in your brain.
I have a friend who is like, he's like, "Yeah, climate. I'm sure it's a thing." He's like, "I just don't care about it." He's like, "It's not gonna affect me." I was like, "Oh shit."
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Like he's not wrong. It won't affect him.
And I was
It'll affect his kids.
and I was like, "What about your kids?" He's like, "Well, I hope they're smart enough to figure it out." And I was like, you know what? I kind of respect that. I get that. You know, at least you're not like saying it doesn't exist at all. Because
What are your thoughts on nuclear energy?
It's
what am I doing?
extremely effective short term, and it's probably not sustainable for longer than about 200 years. I don't like the idea because the nuclear rods basically they have to be buried underground because they're infected with nuclear energy, and I would rather not have that taking up a whole bunch of land. But it's better than fossil fuels. Like,
You know what I find more interesting is the fact that like there's gonna come a point in time where we use so much energy that it's gonna burn the earth up. So it doesn't matter what we use.
I disagree.
Damn.
How so?
How is it going to burn the earth out? Is that even a phenomenon?
Yeah, it was. Who was the guy who died? I can't remember his name. He was in the wheelchair. He was disabled.
Stephen Hawking.
Yes, Stephen Hawking said that based off the amount of energy that we're currently using and the rate in which we're increasing the amount of energy that we're consuming, at some point we're going to overheat. We're going to use so much at one point that it's going to overheat and cause things to start catching on fire, aka the earth catching on fire.
AKA the ocean on fire right now.
Now, is that true? Or was it an actual quote by him? I don't know, but I read it and I was like, that's interesting.
It is interesting. I don't know that it's actually like
Right. I mean,
realistic.
I don't know either. I don't know anything about how energy is used and all that shit. I just turn on my PC and
Because I have enough energy for Minecraft.
yeah. If I'm gonna burn up, I'm gonna burn up playing a game. But I read that and I was like, that's one argument I haven't heard. So Who the hell knows what's going to happen? It could be good, it could be bad. The world could catch on fire. Or it could not. But then that kind of plays into the role of like the whole Christian faith, like the multiple ways of like how the earth is going to end. That's also interesting.
What is like the faith view on Armageddon and like the Earth dying? Like it's just punishment, basically.
Well, nah, it's like so basically like the Earth splits open, the skies crack open, and you see basically like hell comes out. Yeah, like the devil and his warriors and God and his warriors basically meet on Earth and they fight it out, and it's like this, it's an all-out bloody war. And
Battle Royale.
yeah, and it's like there's like demons and angels flying around and stuff. Like it's pretty gnarly, and kind of terrifying. And then like we as believers and people of faith are also called to be, from my understanding, is like putting on our armor as well and being called to basically partake in that war.
So, the book of Revelations in the Bible is the last book in the Bible.
Yeah.
And it's whole, like, in terms of the Bible, the way the book of Revelations differs is it's a vision. I can't remember who's the one having the vision, but it's a vision from God that this is happening, and there's a lot of significance with like trumpets, with like what earth will look like, what heaven will look like, all these things, and then like all these steps that will like bring us there essentially. And the kind of like main takeaway that most people get from it, more than exactly how it's going to happen, is like essentially like how are you living your life when you're here? Like, are you following God? What do you value? Like,
What?
are you earthly? Are you heavenly? And essentially like making you think about like you never know when this is gonna happen. So sad. Like what happens if today was your last day and tomorrow you got awoke to this whole crazy shit going on?
Oh, like Armageddon.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Meh.
On that note, I gotta head out. Y'all have a good night. Are we playing Among Us later?
Maddie said she had some
she
shit
said
going on.
probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
I would
so
love
it's
to, but
done.
I can't. Yeah.
Alright. See you boys.
Never.
Jeez.
All right, later.
Okay, now I gotta find which one of these I actually went into. Oh crap.
Dude, I love going through fucking like 400 entries to see which one I fucked up. This is great. I'm having a great time.
That makes me sad for you, and I'm sorry that you're having to do that. I wish you the best.
It's not fun.
Doesn't sound like it.
Especially
Going
since
after
if I don't find it, I have to do it again.
Oh jeez, it sucks. That's horrible.
It's kind of toxic.
I am in a. Wait, is this the one? Is this where I came in? No. Crap, this is the. No, man. Oh, wait, hold on. I may have found my.
Your salvation.
Well, I died in this freaking place, and I might lose all my stuff, which sucks.
Just put keep inventory on.
No, it's not that simple. I wish. Don't get me wrong. I really do wish, but this isn't the place I entered. So I gotta go over here and pray to the Lord that I find my stuff. That stuff was not easy to make. All I wanted was some.
Just don't die.
Right. Yeah.
It's so simple.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, honestly, just why didn't you come up with that?
Because I'm stupid. Dude, this guy is not going to stop chasing me.
What the
Caught him in a boat, loser.
Alright, so I've gone through everything and I didn't find it, which means I'm fucked.
God bless you,
Rip.
sir.
Rippity rip rip rip.
God bless your soul. That sounds absolutely horrible.
Oh, wait.
Wait?
I will. No, I'm still off too much.
Did I find the entrance? Please say I found the entrance. Please.
You found the entrance.
No, I fucking did it. No, fuck. Dude, I
Dude,
hate.
this is so toxic. Oh, wait, there's one.
I'm gonna lose all my stuff. I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, GG, no re. What can I say?
I'm about to restart. I'm gonna cry myself a river. I mean, I have plenty of diamonds, but it took forever to get all those levels. Wait, wait!
Just make an XP farm. Well,
It's not that easy.
isn't it?
No, I wish.
Just make a bigger XP farm.
Alright.
Yeah, I
Why
got you.
why am I sitting here complaining? You're right.
Yeah,
So-
see?
Yeah, this is on me.
Uh-huh. That's what I thought.
No. All that bitching you're doing. Why don't you do something productive? I literally have no clue where my shit is, so we're just gonna kind of
Wander around in circles.
basically that's seems to be the best option here is just kind of
I mean, it seems like a pretty legit strat, what can I say?
just kind of roam and
If I do say so myself.
no, please do continue saying it.
Yeah. I mean, eventually you'll find it, like,
Right? Yeah. No, it's gonna pop up. I swear.
or just take a whole bunch of dynamite and just blow everything up. It's also one of my favorite strats.
That is a tremendous strat, actually. Wait. There's
A tremendous waste of dynamite, you mean?
Yeah. A waste of our resources. Oh, I love when there's dead ends in these stupid mine shafts. I swear. Let me find my. Okay, that's another dead end.
That laugh. Scotty, is he possessed?
No.
Okay.
Depends on when you catch me, to be honest.
So can people, like, legit talk with the devil, or does he just, like, influence people? Like, can you have a legit conversation?
You're a Satanist, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really mess with that stuff. If I'm being honest, I try not to. People are like, hey, do you want to talk to? Nah, bruh. Nah, that ain't my cup of tea, cuz.
Yeah, it's probably not great.
Yeah,
But-
No. Wait, that's probably a good thing. That probably means I'm close. Oh, there's a glow squid down here. That's cool.
Oh. Neato. Dude, this is so fucking stupid.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. Alright. Okay, this made me go up. Which means there's probably spiders somewhere over here. Wait, why is this so difficult, you stupid mother game?
You having a good time?
No. My stuff is probably despawning as we speak, and I'm... Like, what the... Oh my gosh, no. I'm just sad to see it disappear.
You hate to see that.
I mean, there's also the... I mean, with as big as this place is, there's also a chance that it's not despawning. I'm just not in the right area.
True.
So-
What's the despawn timer?
I think it's like 5 minutes, but you have to be within a certain radius of it, so... I have no food, though, so I'm kind of walking. I am walking at this point, just kind of hoping that I'm able to get to my stuff in time. Ah, jeez, dude. Okay, that's awesome.
That. This is so fucking dumb.
The one time I need a zombie, there's not one even close to me, and I've
Literally in my head, I thought you said the one time I need a Zanya's. I'm like, sure.
that too. I could definitely use lasagnas at this point. Wait, is there food in here? There's no food. You're
Wait, you need a zombie for the food.
yeah, for the zombie meat.
Delicious. Best fucking meal.
Known to man. Wait, is this behind me? Underneath me? Hold on. What's down here? Oh shit! Shit! Huh! 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 Alright. There's a spider spawner over there, which is what I died near, but I don't know if that's the spider spawner, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure there are multiple terrifying, scary enemies.
So scary. Wait, what? Did I not? I swear to you, I put those. Dog, let me walk around this place. I am so confused, I'm so lost, and I'm annoyed.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Would you like a cookie?
Are you offering like a good cookie? Because I am kind of down.
I mean, I don't have any in mind, but like, I'm sure I could find one for you.
You're too kind. I hope you know this.
All right, let's see if I can find a cookie before you can find your stuff.
Yeah. I'm punching fence gates. Okay. Okay, spiders, I need you to stop spawning for 10.8 seconds, please. While I try and find my...
10.8 seconds.
Yes.
Just activate runaway like a little bitch mode. Use it.
You know what? Why didn't I think of that?
I know.
I'm stupid.
I'm a genius. They call me the Minecraft god, despite the fact that I probably have like 40 hours in the game.
Yeah. I played for 2 minutes, but just know I'm the best. Whoops.
Not in building, but like combat.
Right.
Oh, dude, I make a square box of a house every time.
Okay, that was the wrong spider. Oh, jeez. That terrified me. Wait, what?
Dude, this is putting me to sleep.
Wait, I've been here before.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Wait, so I've been here, which means that the spider spawner is close?
Is it though?
I don't think so. I think at this point I'm kind of screwed. I think my stuff despawned. Oh wait, no, this is the same place I went. Ha! I thought it was a different entrance. It's not. It's the same one. I'm so sad. I hate it here. Are there any other spider spawners? Where am I trying to go? That, yes, is very true.
Are you still doing DoorDash?
No, our car's broken, so there's no DoorDash at the moment. Because the car that I was using was the car.
Unfortunate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the one that you were complaining all morning about the recall thing?
Yeah. That one.
That one's the very same.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a horrible situation. Wait, if I'm really,
Can I offer you a cookie in your time of need?
Make a sneak.
in my time of need.
Are you even gonna work out today?
Drink and sneak to work out, huh?
Maddie does.
And sneak.
Oh, let's not die again. Run the fuck away. Run!
Keep that same energy. No, you.
I am living with half a heart. God bless my soul. Let's just eat zombie flesh.
Congratulations.
Okay. Alright. What do I have? Beetroot seeds? I don't have a hoe on me, so...
I mean, you could always find a villager hoe. I'm sure there is. Idiots.
This is true.
You always find a saucy wench, Oscar.
A saucy what?
A saucy wench.
So that's why you like the Renaissance Fair so much.
Yes, sir.
I think I've had enough Minecraft for today. I'm struggling over here. Yeah, I'm struggling.
I've had enough of my job for today, but
Yeah.
I don't have that option.
Where's this other spider? Where'd you go, you little demon? Huh, hurry! I need this thing to no longer spawn. Okay, bet. That's glorious. What? You still spawned? Why? No!
See, you should have trusted your instincts and had enough Minecraft for today.
I'm stuck in fucking. Get me out of here! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. F3, F3, F2, F2, F2. Alright, so I know where my shit is. Oh, thank God.
What does that do?
It takes a screenshot of your coordinates. Like, you press F3 to get your coordinates, and then you press F2 to screenshot it.
That's kind of smart.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.